Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement, and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt, one of Southern California's largest public adjuster firms. Avner Gatt knows how to fight back when your insurance company makes you feel like a criminal, leaving you with no hope of getting into your home and getting it all back together. With decades of experience and a passion for helping people, Avner and his family take the call themselves. So whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is, you call Avner Gatt today at 818-917-5256, or you go to avnergatt.com. It's 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. You call, Avner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game. avnergatt.com.
There are some things you wouldn't mind being stuck with, like a large unexpected inheritance. An always on the verge of death phone that has to be plugged in just right so it charges is not one of those things. Switch to Verizon and we'll pay off your old phone, up to $800 via prepaid MasterCard, so you can get a new one. Just trade in any phone from our top brands on any unlimited plan. With new line on My Plan. Additional terms apply for trade-in and pay off your phone offer. See Verizon.com for details.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you get coverage options based on how much you want to pay for car insurance. And then you decide how to spend the rest of your money, because you're in charge. Today, you're going to pay down your credit card bill. But you decide when you'll pay it. Before the due date, so those interest charges don't get you. But you decide if you pay it in full. But you definitely should, because, again, interest charges. With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, we'll help you find coverage at a fair price. And then you're in charge. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
And it is Mason and Ireland, the OGs of LA Sports Radio.
Like, that's the problem in the world, is there aren't enough happy shows. Fun shows.
Mason and Ireland.
710 ESPN.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Now, this is going to be a happy and fun show. Yeah. Yeah. Come on, everybody. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Marcus Grant is filling in for Ireland today. Excited. We've not done a show here in a while.
It's been a while,
yeah. It's been a minute.
It's good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you.
It was football season, so he's not really around
that's
very
right.
much.
Yeah, it's a little. But now that we are officially clear,
right?
The NFL takes a break.
Yeah.
It does. Air quotes?
Unless you watch the Get Up, and then there's a lot of conversation
still
about the
in
NFL.
2 weeks. We got free agency in a month. We got the draft in like 6 weeks, something like that.
Wow.
All of that.
It's all coming.
Greeny will be talking to you all about the Jets for every single day.
Oh, my God.
Nobody
Who's going to
cares.
play quarterback
Nobody
for the
cares.
Jets over and over?
Nobody cares. But
Nobody
also,
cares.
Marcus will be here 3 times next week.
Yeah.
Really?
Monday,
3 times?
Thursday, and Friday.
Yeah.
Filling in with us?
Yeah, so he's in with you on Monday.
Yep.
He's in with Momo on Thursday and Friday.
Okay, nice.
Yeah,
nice.
that'll
Good.
be fun.
So we're going to make you a regular.
I hope so.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Now, does fantasy just crank down? I know you do the fantasy podcast and all that fantasy stuff over there. Does that just crank down?
Oh, yeah, we still do the pod. It's obviously a lot less. It's a lot more fun.
Yeah.
We do some fantasy stuff, then we'll talk about, I don't know, Severance or something like that for
Yeah.
a while. So we still do that. But yeah, it's definitely a lot less intense now.
Yeah. Do you like the show Severance?
I love it.
Yeah, I do too.
Love
Anybody else on the show Severance?
I saw the first episode once, like 2 years ago.
I watched the first episode like when it first came out, and I was like, "This isn't for me." It's a lady crawling on a table asking, "Who am I?" I'm like, I'm not
why I
signing
stopped.
up for this. Right? I quit right away. Then I went back to it because everybody talked about it. It's actually really interesting. It's an interesting premise.
Yes.
I actually kind of practice. I won't say I'm severed.
Okay.
But when I do go home,
You just forget all about this
I
place.
forget about work. I just turn work completely off. That's why most of the time I'm not available by text. I'll occasionally answer an email. Don't ever call me after 6 p.m. at night. I'm not talking to you.
6 p.m.
6. I don't want to be
3:15,
bothered.
don't talk
yeah,
to you.
don't talk to me at 3:15. So I'm kind of severed in that way, the way they do on the show.
You
Which is kinda
texted
cool.
me yesterday, and it was the first time that you texted me in an off hours in quite some time, and it was about USC, UCLA, of all things.
Well, so I'm watching SC. And by the way, congratulations to SC. We had Lindsey Gottlieb on the show yesterday, getting ready for it. JuJu Watkins, 38 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists, 8 blocks last night in that game. I have been completely absorbed in women's No, I'm kidding. Last night was the first game that I watched, and I'll tell you what, JuJu Watkins is something. She's amazing.
Yes.
That is your player of the year. She is going to be a big star for a long time in the WNBA. Now, I was surprised, Bergman, you did not watch the game. After pumping me up for the game, you ended up not watching it.
No, I did not watch it.
And why?
Because I had other things going on that I wanted to do.
Number one undefeated UCLA versus
I
USC.
love the fact that Lauren Betts is so good, and they were undefeated, and JuJu Watkins apparently was amazing.
She was great.
But
you don't watch women's basketball.
No, I do watch women's basketball when I can. Last night was not the night.
Well, what the hell was going on? It was number one
boxing
versus number 6.
I was doing my first boxing class.
Okay, so tell me about the boxing class.
Yeah.
Greg, this is picking up steam all around the place. Cappy's boxing, Bergman's boxing. How did this come about?
I do F45 a lot on the weekends, and there was one class where they said, okay, we're going to do boxing. I was like, okay, cool. I've never actually done that. Put on these gloves and hit a bag, and I'm like, this is fun. I enjoy it. I found another boxing place, and it was kind of a mixture between F45 and boxing. Mm-hmm. And I said, you know what, this isn't enough. I actually want to do the real thing,
real boxing.
So I got into a ring, was hitting the heavy bag.
Who'd you fight?
No, they just put up the pads.
Oh, just put up the mitts. When are you ready for a fight?
So are you going to get
not
there?
Yet.
Are you going to train towards fighting someone?
No, I think I'm going unless it's Cappy.
I'm just gonna. Can you imagine Cappy versus Bergman would be fantastic.
I am just gonna do it for the workout. It's also really fun. Have you ever done boxing?
I have not.
It's so Marcus. Have you ever boxed?
I've never boxed.
It is so much fun. It really you drip sweat, and it's such a good workout. I love it so much. I'm gonna continue doing it.
You're gonna continue doing it.
I'm ready.
I was gonna say you should set up a bout maybe at the Mandy's. You and Cappy. Could,
that would be great.
Cappy, me and you, buddy, we're going at it.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
I tell you, it would draw a crowd. I would be interested.
I would watch.
I'd be interested.
I would watch.
I saw Cappy boxing the other day. I saw the video of it. He's credible. Freddie Prinze Jr. could coach you guys up.
That would be good.
Yeah.
We could get a whole video. Hey, social. Let's get
social.
Freddie.
Hey, social.
Oh, you should see what
I
they
love
like.
this. I love
Yeah.
when it comes together.
Is that Parker Poo over there?
The Parker Poo?
We found out during the early show, Travis and DeMarco, that his nickname was Parker Poo when he was growing up.
Oh.
Parker Poo.
Parker Poo.
He goes to man camp, and his name is Parker Poo.
Wait, what is man camp?
Oh, Parker, just come in.
What is man camp?
What is that?
What the hell?
He goes to an island or camps with men. I don't know. Here.
So Parker,
you're making this sound unsavory.
Parker
camps with men. We need
goes
to
to man camp.
Pause.
So what kind of camping do you do with other men?
We go lobster diving. That's the main draw.
No,
of the trip.
That's very
for real.
Yeah, off the island, off Catalina, we go and camp for about 4 days.
Off Catalina?
No phones, and we go lobster diving during.
How often do you do this?
Once a year, but we didn't do it last year.
You skipped a year.
Yeah.
And so what is this, like a bonding thing? Like look at my lobster, look at your lobster, that kind of thing.
Well, the lobsters have to be a certain size, otherwise
I got one, you got two. Let's go.
So we call it man camp because yes, it is a bonding thing. We come together. It's just the guys in a specific group, and we just catch lobsters, sit around a fire, eat what we caught, and learn about how to be a man.
I like the way you said it.
It was going great, and then you sort of trailed off at the end.
Yeah. So a question mark at learn how to be a man?
Yeah. But you know what? It's fun.
Oh, good.
Very cool.
Parker,
I had no idea there were lobsters off the coast of Catalina.
Yeah. I did not know either. But apparently man camp, they're digging them up like crazy.
Who knew?
Yeah, exactly.
Who knew?
Hey, Saturday Night Live, Sunday night is the 50th anniversary for Saturday Night Live, and I'm waiting to hear, I think Bobby Moynihan's going to come on the show, who was on Saturday Night Live for 10 years, for a decade. He's really funny. We were playing clips of Drunk Uncle, which was one of his great characters from a little bit earlier. Very, very funny. I reached out to Jay Moore, who was part of Saturday Night Live. He's flying, so he can't come on. But I guess he's going to be there in New York for it, too.
Oh, good. I'm glad he's going to be there.
Yeah.
He was funny on that show, too.
He was great on that show. That's where I discovered the first Christopher Walken impression.
Oh, that's right.
I think he is the first person to ever do a Christopher Walken impression. And now people just do impressions of Jay doing Christopher Walken.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
He set the gold standard.
I mean, it's one of those things where it's identifiable. You recognize it, but it's not easy to do. I think you're right. I think most people do Jay Moore.
Yeah,
as Christopher
I
Walken.
can't do Christopher. Can you do Christopher Walken?
Christopher Walken, I don't know that I could really do it. It's so much more of a cadence than it kind of is a voice sort of thing.
I'm sorry, you can do it.
No, that is what he's doing.
What he's
is
doing.
Jay Moore as Christopher Walken.
I think I'm the only person here who can't do it.
Brian,
go ahead.
Do you have one?
I do not.
He became British, I think. I do not.
I do not have one.
All right, so we're going to screw around a lot today. It's Valentine's Day. We don't really celebrate it a lot in my house. Like, we were going to go, for some reason, Juan wants to go to Benihana this weekend for dinner.
That sounds fun. I
Benihana
haven't been there in a
is
long time.
delicious.
Yes.
I love Benihana.
Onion volcano.
Onion volcano.
Yeah.
Flip the shrimp into the hat. All that business
Yeah,
is great.
it's great.
So the last time we were there, last time we were at Benihana was actually in Hawaii at Lakers training camp.
Okay.
So we're all at Lakers training camp.
Teppan table.
Yeah, and I will tell this story. I've never officially told this story. So there we are. It was 2015. And Michael Thompson was there. Mike Trudell was there. Everybody, was gathered around the table, and they're flipping shrimp and all that stuff. And we told them that it is Michael Thompson's birthday. And it wasn't. But they brought him out a cupcake with a sparkler in it, and or a candle in it, and said, "Michael, make a wish." And then, remember, this is 2015. Michael Thompson said, "President Trump."
Oh, no way!
Yep. So he got his wish.
Wow.
Yeah.
Twice.
Yeah, twice, exactly.
Man.
All right, coming up next for you, there's a guy that got booed last night who totally and completely deserves it. Plus, I'm going to try this thing. Do you have a song with your wife?
Yeah, we have a song.
Okay, we have a song. We'll bump back. Do you and Allison have a song, Brian?
Oh, of course.
Okay. Ours is "Let's Get It On." Is our song.
Of course
It's not. It's not. But we do have songs. We'll play those coming up too, and we're going to do a little love songs on the coast coming up too. Again, we're just screwing around today because it is officially
It's Friday.
and also it is
It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday.
Mason in Ireland. Marcus in for John 710 ESPN.
The fun way to drive home is with Sedano and Cap.
Weekdays after Mason in Ireland.
Well, I think the intimation is that this is now Luca's team.
But is that an argument? Like, there's
No,
an
it's not an argument. I'm saying to
I don't
you.
know why everyone's jumping at you.
I know. I think
right
this
now.
is. I think it's
Why-
out of line,
Beto's
and I
in
think
the
it's
corner
unprofessional.
laughing
Yeah,
at you
right,
in your face.
right. I don't care
and
what Beto
George
says.
is just berating you.
Right, berating
over
me as
here.
usual. It's ridiculous.
I mean, what?
It's
Jeez,
insane.
guys.
Come on, relax, will ya?
Sedano and Cap today at 3 p.m.
On 710 ESPN.
Is your vehicle due for service? Is it time to get those wipers replaced? If so, head into your neighborhood Valvoline Instant Oil Change, home of the 15-minute drive-through oil change. For over 30 years, Valvoline has provided quick and convenient automotive maintenance services for busy people just like you. At Valvoline, you stay in your car safe while the expert technicians make sure your ride is at its best. Oil changes, wiper blades, and more. Just pull up, drive in, and drive out in about 15 minutes. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for locations and game-winning coupons off of your next Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
This February, the Genesis Invitational heads to Torrey Pines in San Diego. Be there when moments become legendary. The roars echo through the trees, and champions rise. The Genesis Invitational welcomes the world's best golfers, including Scotty Scheffler, Rory McIlroy, Colin Morikawa, and more to Torrey Pines February 13th through 16th for the Genesis Invitational. This is where legends are made. Get your tickets today at genesisinvitational.com.
Hey, it's Mace. Did you know Goodwill Southern California is more than just amazing thrift finds? They're transforming lives with job training, career placement, and support services for veterans, youth, and individuals overcoming barriers to employment. Every donation and purchase fuels these life-changing programs. For more on how you can help, go to powerofwork.goodwillsocal.org. That's powerofwork.goodwillsocal.org. Brought to you by GSC Verizon Skill Forward.
Enjoy President's Day savings all month long at Carden Alleyway Hyundai. Lease a brand new 2025 Hyundai Santa Fe SE for just $299 a month plus tax for 36 months. Plus, enjoy peace of mind driving with America's best warranty and Hyundai Assurance Program. Carden Alleyway Hyundai, just off the 91 freeway, or visit CardenAlleyWayHyundai.com. $39.99 due at signing, 10,000 miles per year. Plus tax, license, $85 dock fee, and registration. No security deposit on approved HMF credit expires March 3rd, 2025.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Hi, this is Matthew Stafford of your Los Angeles Rams. This is Mason and Ireland on your home of Rams football, 710 ESPN.
So I said we were going to sing our song. We're all coupled up around here.
Yes.
If you're not, you're still okay.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's
Don't want to make you feel bad.
It's Singles Awareness Day for some folks.
Is it really?
Singles Appreciation Day, I think, is
Yeah, get yourself flowers.
You know?
Yeah.
Just like Miley Cyrus. I can buy myself flowers.
There you go. So this is Greg and Jean's song.
Yes.
And what song is this? I never heard it until today.
This is Sun and Moon by Anise. Mm-hmm. And it's a great song. I love the beat to it. The words that he sings are all very beautiful and kind of go together with how we feel about each other.
Yeah.
So it works perfectly.
Now, do you and Jean have nicknames for each other? Like, what does she call you? What do you call her?
Babe, baby. Nothing. We don't go too crazy.
Nothing crazy.
Nothing crazy.
Because sometimes they can be odd.
No, yeah. I'm sure you have odd names.
We do have odd names.
Of course you do.
We have odd names. I'll save it for when we play
your song,
my song. Exactly.
But this is a beautiful song. So
it is a very nice song.
And on my Instagram, we heard this for the first time when we were in Hawaii in December, and so there's a reel on my Instagram, and this is the song behind it because this is where we first heard it. And we're like, this is perfect.
Oh, nice.
And so
nice. And it's been over a year now, right?
It'll be a year next month.
Congratulations.
Wow, congratulations.
Took some time to find someone, but it worked out.
Good.
So very happy.
So least surprising headline ever. Eagle down. Eagles GM Howie Roseman left bloodied after being hit with beer can as fans stormed streets for rowdy Super Bowl parade. Now here this guy puts together this team. General manager of the Philadelphia Eagles somehow catches a beer bottle or a beer can in the head.
That seems like the most Philadelphia thing ever.
It is. It's very Philly, isn't it?
Absolutely. Which is a reminder, though, to Howie Roseman or anybody who's in a parade, a championship parade, to keep your head on a swivel.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I don't suspect they were throwing it at him. I think they were throwing it to him.
To him, right.
You know, the idea that he would catch it, crack it, and chug it. But if you're not prepared, if you're unsuspecting, these things can happen.
These things can happen. Yeah. Now, have you ever been to a championship parade?
I went to the first LA Kings championship.
Oh, really?
Parade.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
That was a fun one.
Yeah. Bergman, we had the Dodgers parade.
Yeah.
I had the Rams parade. I had 2 Kings parades. I had 2 Lakers parades.
Yeah.
Celebration parades are really fun.
I went. The only one I've ever been to was the Dodger one last
really?
year. That was the first time I went to a parade, and it was tremendous.
It was a blast.
Mark, you didn't go to the Dodger one?
No, the other job was calling that day.
Yeah,
actually, and granted, like a lot of the folks there, on the show were Dodger fans. I was trying to get us to maybe move the show and see if we could do it from Dodger Stadium, but the network sort of frowned upon that.
Yeah, I would imagine so. Yeah,
cross-pollinating.
Exactly. It was fun. Brian, did you go to the parade?
The Dodger one, yeah. I was there for the very beginning of it, and that was the only one I've ever been to. Very cool.
It was very cool.
Very surreal in the moment.
Congratulations to the Eagles. Sorry, Howie Roseman. Bandage on his head after the celebration.
It'd be great.
Exactly. So Actually, in a related story, we're talking about cities. Charles Barkley, I don't know if you saw this last night, but they did a game last night from San Francisco, sort of the beginning of the All-Star festivities, and Charles was booed the entire time.
Yeah.
Booed the entire time because he said San Francisco is rat-infested and I wouldn't get caught dead there or whatever the hell it was. And by the way, San Francisco is a beautiful city. I love San Francisco as a city. I hate the Niners, hate the Giants, I hate their teams, but I love the city. But it raises a question. What is your least favorite American city?
Like large city or just any city at all?
Large, major cities.
Like major city.
Major cities, yeah.
That's a tough one. I didn't particularly care for Boston.
Really?
Really, I liked Boston.
It's fine.
I think Boston's kind of cool.
It's fine. This might get me. I think New York's kind of overrated.
Oh, come on. New York is like if I had to.
I'm with Marcus.
Really?
A little overrated.
How is it overrated? It's everything
so
is there.
Packed. You can't move.
Yeah, I mean that's the joy of it. You're in a sea of humanity.
It's a tiny little island that's overcrowded. That's why people are so angry there. It's like the weather's bad. There's too many people. There's not enough space. Like in LA, there's a lot of us here, but we have room to move around, and the weather's nice, and we're generally kind of pleasant here. Like we smoke a lot of weed. It's great. Like
we do that. We definitely do that. Yeah.
It's New York's. It's cold, and people are angry, and they seem to believe that only great things happen in New York. It's just I don't know.
I loved living in New York. I thought it was like one of the coolest experiences I had in my life was to live in New York. See, I'm not a Chicago guy.
I love Chicago.
Colin Cowherd is taking a show to Chicago.
Oh,
now.
is he?
Yeah, he's going to Chicago.
I would, if it weren't for the fact that Chicago has Game of Thrones type winter, I would not mind living there. I just don't do winter.
See, I went to Chicago so many times that it just became boring. I was in Northwest Ohio, and Chicago was the closest big city, so we'd go to Chicago, and I was like, it's okay.
The nicest people I've ever been around were in Chicago. Like you walked around and everybody's like extremely nice. You go into bars and people will just talk to you if you're just sitting there by yourself. Like it was a nice vibe, that Midwest vibe of Chicago. I loved it too.
Can I amend my answer now that I've had a chance to actually think about
he's
this?
amending his answer. Yeah.
Dallas.
Dallas again. I like Dallas.
Dallas is so nondescript. Like, they brag about the fact that they're a major city that's not built on, like, a river or a geographical feature, and it shows. The city is flatter than day-old soda. There's nothing happening in Dallas.
But isn't there a kind of social hub in Dallas? I remember partying in Dallas.
There's Deep Ellum, which is kind of a more trendy neighborhood, kind of hip, artsy
this
kind
is
of neighborhood.
like, you know how Lodo in Denver is like this downtown party kind of series of clubs and nightclubs.
Deep Ellum is sort of like that.
I was at one of those in Dallas. I had a good time. From what I remember, I had a good time.
Have you ever been to Columbia, South Carolina?
No. I've never been to the state of South Carolina.
Yeah, so I went there one time a couple of years ago when
Why?
Because I was thinking about going to be the program director.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yes, you did. And but I was actually had the job and I turned it down to stay here. But it was not the greatest place in the world. I got into an Uber, and it was right around the pandemic, and he says, hey, do you mind if I take off my mask? I did my own research, and I said, okay.
Okay, all right. One of those.
I know where we're at
One
right
of those,
now,
yeah.
so I understand how we are. Okay.
Brian, least favorite American city?
This one's easy for me, Stockton.
Yeah. See, that was that's why I asked major city, because that was going to be my answer.
Right.
But when he said major city, I had to pivot.
See, I was going to say
I drive through that all the time to go up to Humboldt. Worst part of California.
Stockton's
See,
pretty bad.
I hate Houston.
I do not like Houston
I have
either.
always hated Houston. It feels like one long strip mall. There is the smell of oil in the air. I hated Houston. I hated Houston. I was at a Super Bowl
flat
there.
too, right?
Very flat. Yeah, very flat and super muggy in the summertime. So Houston, but Barkley not being welcomed in San Francisco. Which who'd we talk? Was it Shadano was up there? Because the first thing happens when you mention San Francisco is Ireland will say, well, Union Square, it's homeless. San Francisco's over. It's a mess. And Shadano was up there. I've been there twice in the last year. Both times Union Square was kind of spotless, and Shadano said the same thing.
He did. Also, John's from behind the gates, so if there's one homeless person, they're everywhere.
Whoa,
Exactly.
too many. Exactly. All right, coming up next for you, going to spin the wheel of questions. I've got the wheel today and some interesting stuff on there, so we will get to that coming up next for you. In the meantime, it's time to... Chumba Casino, the action never stops. Play online social casino games anytime, anywhere, for free, no purchase necessary.
Chumba.
Your playbook is stacked. Think bingo, solitaire, slots, blackjack, so many more games, hundreds of games. You'll never run out of action. And here's the kicker. They're dropping fresh games every single week. It's like a highlight reel of fun ready for you to tackle. Plus, free daily login bonuses and a sweet welcome bonus when you join. Now, that's what I call fun. What are you waiting for? The clock is ticking. The game is on. Suit up and take your shot. Let's
Chumba.
head to ChumbaCasino.com. Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, and Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill?
It's just better for you.
Right now, get our Value Bowl combo for only $8.99. Waba Grill, it's for you.
And don't forget about Austin Reeves, ready to shine.
Stolen by Austin Reeves. Reeves to the rim. Slam dunk for a new career high.
Catch all the action, all the passion, all the drama, all the big shots.
Doncic dribbling one-on-one against Walker Kessler. Three-pointer over Kessler. It's good. Luka's first three is a Laker, and the place goes nuts.
Follow the Lake Show all season long as they look to make history. Luka, LeBron, and the Lake Show live here.
But how dangerous can this team be?
Very dangerous.
On 710 ESPN.
You never expect a Hail Mary pass to win and end the game or getting into an accident. Hey, it's Trav with DeMarco.
Only one all-star defense team you can call to defend you. The personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000.
Don't get sacked by others. Joseph will help you achieve the maximum compensation you deserve. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let Joseph and his team score a touchdown for you.
John Ireland here. Are you thinking about selling your home? Seller's Advantage makes it easy. No agents, no costly repairs. They'll give you a fair cash offer with no surprises. One seller said, Seller's Advantage was faster, easier, and more rewarding than listing my house. The offer matched my expectations, and the process was stress-free. Call 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com for your free cash offer.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
DRE number 01961658. Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-777-1225. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-777-1225. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-777-1225. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-777-1225. 800-777-1225 or biglou.com.
And it is the biggest show on the radio, Mason and Ireland, here each weekday. You know what it's time for? What is this? It's time for Wheel of Questions. Producer Brian Cohen, are you ready with that wheel? Hit it, Jack.
All right, let's see here. What is going to pop? Okay, got it. That's different from Luke. Hang on a second. What is that?
Why do you have that? What does it say?
It says Aaron Donald Growl. Makes sense now, doesn't it?
A little bit.
All right, here we go. Saturday Night Live celebrates its 50th anniversary on Sunday night on NBC. Live special, by the way, starts at 5 here in L.A. Okay. So it will be officially live. Here's the question. Who are the 3 greatest Saturday Night Live cast members of all time?
3 greatest of all time. Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy is number 1 by many, many people.
That is the right
that's
answer.
a great answer.
I was like, I was like, wait, is this a poll? Am I guessing the results?
No.
Okay. So
Everybody's got their own preference.
All right, so I'm going to say Eddie Murphy.
Yep.
I'm going to put Will Ferrell in there.
Yep.
And, geez, I'm going to say John Belushi.
That's a good call. John
Belushi.
Great call. 4 seasons.
Yeah.
Samurai. What was it? Samurai.
Oh, what was it?
Deli? Samurai.
But I think it was Samurai a lot of things. I think,
you're right.
He took the samurai into different jobs.
Yeah, that's a great call and from the original cast, so you're going back with that. Bergman, what about you?
I just off the top of my head.
Eddie
Murphy.
Murphy.
Eddie Murphy for sure is up there. He was amazing. Dana Carvey. I really love Dana Carvey.
By the way, he came back and did the most genius impression of Joe Biden this year.
Oh, this
during
year
the election. I mean, so genius. Dana Carvey is incredible.
Yeah, everything he does, I really like. And then I'm gonna go Bill Hader.
I love Bill
Bill
Hader.
Hader is very, very funny.
What's that character?
Stefan's an
Stefan's
an amazing character.
That's so funny.
It's to stop him from laughing.
Yeah. Stefan
This
was
club
great.
has everything.
Brian, how about you?
Kenan Thompson, one of my favorites.
By the way, he is on my list also. Kenan Thompson has
Really?
been there for 20
He's
years.
the longest tenured in history, right?
In history, yeah.
I think he's great. Will Ferrell, also one of my favorites.
Yep.
Adam Sandler, I love his sketches that he did on there.
Great.
And especially on the Weekend Update. And Michael Che. I love Michael Che.
Michael Che is funny. He is funny. I have Kenan Thompson. I'm going to kind of throw out Eddie Murphy as like the Hall of Fame. He's the consensus number 1.
Okay.
So I go beyond that. I go Kenan Thompson, Will Ferrell, Kate McKinnon.
Ooh,
Kate
Kate
McKinnon's
McKinnon's
great.
very good.
I think Kate
She's
McKinnon is
great.
really good.
Yeah, very good.
Bill Murray should be on there.
Bill Murray should be. I mean, I loved, you guys aren't old enough necessarily, but Gilda Radner was fantastic.
Rosanna Dana.
Rosanna Dana. She had great characters on there. And, you know, I remember as a little kid, I watched the show and thought, this is like, it was so alternative. It was so, like, edgy. It was so, like, Mom didn't want us to watch it. It was, you know, and now it sort of seems completely accepted and normal. But at the time, it was like edgy, alternative, late night TV.
Would Chris Farley be in the top 10?
Chris Farley should definitely be there. So here's my Chris Farley story. We can kill the music because it's not a good story.
Uh-oh.
So I had, when I was doing the Snyder Show, I had back-to-back Janine Garofalo and Chris Farley. And Chris Farley was up first. And I mean, he was big and he was loud. He was exactly who you'd expect Chris Farley to be. The next guest was Janine Garofalo. She said, he's not going to make it. Nobody can get through to him.
Wow.
Yeah. So they knew. They knew that he was, you know, whatever it was, drugs and all that stuff.
David Spade has talked a lot about that he just, like, he tried to get through to him as much as possible.
Yeah.
He just was too much of a force.
Yeah, like Belushi.
Yeah.
I mean, you could draw a parallel between Chris Farley and Belushi. They certainly, you know, kind of had the same career arc, unfortunately, sadly. So Saturday Night Live, go ahead and hum the Saturday Night Live theme, Marcus.
I don't know. It's like, it's weird
By
because,
the way,
like,
that's the best I've heard so far.
Well, it's because you hear it. I mean, you hear like the beginnings of it, and then it's just the voice announcing names.
So hit it, Brian. Do you have it?
He was really close.
You were really close.
Yeah, I mean, like, is that part you get, and then you just hear, it's Saturday Night Live, and then, like, you don't really hear any more of the music.
Right,
It's just the names.
And like you guys were talking about yesterday, it's riffing. Like they're just riffing on a saxophone, so it's not like
there's not a melody
Right.
necessarily. Yeah. But anyway, that'll be fun on Sunday night. I'm looking forward to that. And Bobby Moynihan, I'm trying to get on the show today.
Have you
He'd be
spoken
tripping.
to
yeah,
him?
I've not spoken to him. I'm
like texted with him?
texting with him. Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe
be
that'll
great.
work out. All right. So the Pacoda projections are out. I love the Pacoda projections. So every year, when spring training starts, the people at Baseball Prospectus put out their, they crunch all the numbers and run all the stats and the simulations and all that stuff, and they tell you how many wins each team is likely to have. Now, we all know the answer, so I won't, I'm not going to quiz you on it, but the Dodgers are forecasted to win 103.5 games, 103 and a half. I think that's low. I would take the over. I would pound the over. I think they're absolutely going to win more than 103 and a half games.
Yeah, I mean, what did they win, like 90-something last year? 97, 98? What was it last year?
They didn't reach 100
They didn't get to 100 last
Yeah.
year.
This
but-
team will accidentally win 103 games.
Yeah, I mean, this team will win 80 in their sleep.
Yes,
You
yes.
know?
I mean, it is. And by the way, they also list percentage chance they win the World Series, and the percentage chance is 19.2%.
Which is really high.
Really high.
Kind of like 1 in 5, right?
Yeah.
More or less 1 in 5. I'm doing math here, but I think that's 1 in 5.
Basically, yeah. I mean, because once you get to the playoffs, all bets are kind of off.
Brian, am I right? 1 in 5, 19%
pretty much.
about
Very
1 in
close.
5.
Yeah.
I'm in the ballpark.
Practically.
Math ain't my thing. There's no other team in baseball that is more than 93 games. Atlanta's at 92.9, everybody below that. So like the Yankees, they've got it 89. They've got Texas winning the West with 90. They've got the Cubs winning the Central with 90.
The Central is wide open.
It is wide open. Yeah, Milwaukee's at 80. St. Louis is at 77. Cincinnati's at 74. Even Pittsburgh's at 74. Atlanta at 93, and the Mets at 91. So there aren't even many teams that are forecasted to win into the 90-win range, and nobody obviously close to the Dodgers in terms of percentage chance to win the World Series. Now, I've said this, and I've sort of talked myself into this. I think the Dodgers are as close to invincible as a team can be.
Yeah.
That's dangerous because, it's still a crapshoot, but come on.
I can't recall a team this deep. I mean, just top to bottom. They went out. The one thing that was their supposed Achilles heel, starting pitching, they went out and addressed that in a big way between getting Snell and Sasaki. Not to mention the guys you're getting back, right? You're getting back Tyler Glass now. You're
Dustin May.
getting Dustin May back. I mean, they legitimately have a 6-man rotation. It was they just released somebody out of the bullpen because Ryan Brazier.
Oh, Ryan Brazier, yeah, because they were just so loaded.
They just are so loaded that Ryan Brazier had an ERA below 2 for the last couple of seasons, and we're like, we don't have room for you here,
Tanner
sir.
Scott, Kirby Yates. They loaded up that
Michael
bullpen. They still have
Kopech.
Michael Kopech and Evan Phillips. I mean, their bullpen is really, really good. So, yeah, no room for a really good reliever like Ryan Brazier. I think wound up with the Cubs, if I'm not mistaken.
Everybody from the Dodgers goes to the Cubs, apparently, now.
There's like a pipeline.
Yeah.
When we're done-
You get let go with the Dodgers, go to the Cubs.
Go to the Cubs, exactly.
They're looking for you.
So 103.5 wins. How much fun is baseball season going to be this year? Damn.
I mean, for us.
Yeah, well, the rest
there
of
are 29 other markets where it might not be quite
Here's
as
the thing.
fun.
I don't care about the other 29 markets. I'm in the LA business, man, and we are good.
Oh man,
we are good.
By the way, Kenley Jansen coming back to Southern California.
to the Angels,
To the Angels.
He's going to be the setup man, right? He's not going to be the closer.
Well, they've got
Ben Joyce.
Ben Joyce,
I mean,
who
until
throws
Ben
like
Joyce,
120 miles an hour.
His arm falls off.
falters or arm falls off, and then Kenley's back in the closer role.
See, I've always been a huge fan of Kenley Jansen. Bergman, you have not.
No, I mean, I liked what he brought, but I seen him give up 3-run home runs in the postseason too many times, and just every time he was up there, you just weren't comfortable. I was more comfortable with like Blake Trinan on the mound, even though he kind of put people on base. You always felt like he was going to get out of it. I didn't really feel that way with Kenley Jansen.
By the way, we mentioned the entire bullpen and did not mention Blake Trinan.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, there's
Who
trying
is another arm who's got the heaviest slider in the game.
Well, who basically pitched them to that ninth inning.
Yep.
In Game 5.
Yeah,
Game
your
6.
most high leverage guy. Kenley, by the way, last year, 27 saves.
Mm-hmm.
He still has a 10 per 9 strikeout rate. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. That's solid.
I mean, he's very, he's a 3 true outcome pitcher, right? Like he's going to strike you out. He's going to give up a home run. And
Yes.
maybe he walks you.
Yeah,
That's
exactly. Yeah, he's good. 1061 whip, 3 FIPS. Yeah, I mean, I think he's going to be good for the Angels. I think he's going to be good. I don't know. I don't think the Angels are going to be good. That's the problem.
That's the problem.
Yeah, I mean, Kenley could be really good, and the rest, everybody else, not good. They are trying.
They got Logan O'Hoppe.
Yes.
I don't know anybody else.
They got
Parker, give me another name.
Travis d'Arnaud. I think they got.
Oh, did they get Travis d'Arnaud, who's probably like 40 now?
I think so. Let's
yeah.
see.
Let's
play. They Mike Trout.
They still have Mike Trout.
Mike Trout.
They do
No,
still have Mike Trout.
no. Do they have Mike Trout?
Is Anthony Rendon still there?
No, they don't have him anymore. That's a big one.
Oh, as Aaron Donald would say.
Oh, he gave me one. He said Neto, Rengifo, Moniak.
Oh yeah,
Kikuchi.
Luis Rengifo.
Yeah, Luis Rengifo was an all-star
Yusei
last year.
Kikuchi,
There
Issei
was,
Moniak.
They just signed. Oh no, I was thinking. No, the Padres signed Nick Pivetta. I forget. Didn't the Angels sign a? Oh,
Pivetta? Yeah.
No, he signed in San Diego. The other guy in the Angels, he just mentioned the Japanese pitcher they
Kikuchi?
signed. Yeah,
Yusei Kikuchi?
Yeah, who actually has coming off a really good year.
Yeah, he was good.
But yeah, the Angels. Here's how irrelevant they are. I didn't even look at their PECOTA projection number.
Try and guess before you look.
Yeah, guess.
Before you look.
You guys probably didn't notice this.
I did not notice. I did not look.
I'm going to guess 78.3.
Okay, Marcus.
Ooh, I was gonna go 68.5.
Ooh, low.
Brian.
77.
Parker Poo.
Parker Poo. Do you know? You got to text.
Yeah, he'll have to
That's
text.
gonna take
The correct answer, 75.
All right.
That's a regular.
That is like
it's a
that
normal year.
Feels like the Angels are flatlining at 75.
He thought it was going to be 69.
I mean, they won 63
I
games last year.
Yeah. So this is an upgrade.
So let's step forward for them.
All right, we're going to do some sports graffiti. Very loose today. We're really just screwing around because it is officially
It's Friday.
and it's the All-Star break. There's no hockey. We did see USC beat UCLA last night. Lakers off till next week, but there's going to be some sort of All-Star thing going on Sunday, which I don't think I'm going to be watching.
The round robin tournament. You're not going to watch the 4-team round robin.
No, are you?
No.
Yeah, no interest.
Zero chance.
And by the way, and then Sabrina Ionescu is not going to do the 3-point shooting contest with
because the
Steph
NBA
on Saturday
screwed it up.
night. How'd they screw it up?
They just didn't get it done. They couldn't work out the details between the two. That's like the most important thing of the weekend.
That's like that was
thing.
like the big marquee event, other than Mac McClung trying to go for the 3-peat in the slam
against
dunk
other
contest.
G leaguers.
Do you like McClung to win, Brian?
Oh, for sure. First time ever. This is going to be the real three-peat.
Yes, the
So,
real
but wait,
3-peat.
now, because like he played for the Sixers. He's still playing with the Sixers. I don't even know where he is anymore. But
That's a good question.
Because does that mean we need somebody from Kansas City to potentially stop his 3-peat? In a
I
role
see what you're
reversal,
saying. Yeah, role
for the
reversal
NFL
kind of thing.
Sort of thing.
It appears that he's in the G League.
Okay.
Appears. And it appears he is in the, let's see, Delaware. He's in SBL.
Okay.
You know where SBL is,
Yeah, the old
right?
SBL.
Wait a minute. No, he's
South
not
Bay-
in the South Bay
Lakers?
Lakers.
No.
He's not there.
Parker's saying the Magic. I don't know why you just don't come
Mac
in here.
McClung. Osceola Magic, yeah.
Osceola Magic.
As in Florida.
And as
Okay.
in Florida. All right, 877-710-ESPN. Sports Graffiti time. 877-710-ESPN. Maybe you just want to put out a personal Valentine's Day message to your Valentine. Maybe that's what you want to do. Or react to whatever. 877-710-ESPN. Marcus Grant is in for John today. Mason in Ireland, 710 ESPN.
The City of Stars has a new superstar.
Luka Doncic joining forces with the Los Angeles Lakers is a seismic event in NBA history.
The home of Luka and the Lakers is 710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. At Los Angeles International Airport, changes are arriving daily to help reduce traffic, save travelers time, and transform the travel experience. The LAX Economy parking structure is now open with thousands of smart parking spaces, as well as hundreds of EV charging stations. Modernized terminals have biometric gates for faster boarding, and in the future, the People Mover train will connect travelers to LA Metro. For more information, go to their website, flylax.com/transforminglax. That's flylax.com/transforminglax.
Is your vehicle due for service? Is it time to get those wipers replaced? If so, head into your neighborhood Valvoline Instant Oil Change, home of the 15-minute drive-through oil change. For over 30 years, Valvoline has provided quick and convenient automotive maintenance services for busy people just like you. At Valvoline, you stay in your car safe while the expert technicians make sure your ride is at its best. Oil changes, wiper blades, and more. Just pull up, drive in, and drive out in about 15 minutes. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for locations and game-winning coupons off of your next Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Hey guys, what's up? It's George Sedano. Waiting is never fun. Usually nothing good happens when you wait. My friend Jacob in the law offices of Jacob and Ronnie want to make sure you don't wait after an accident. Immediately after an accident, before talking to the insurance company, call Jacob, man. Jacob and his team will do all the work, make all the phone calls, handle the paperwork, set up the doctor's appointments, whatever the case may be. And when you speak to the insurance company first, it's a big mistake. Because you know why? They may later use your words against you. However, Jacob and his team, they'll guide you through the process, get you the compensation you deserve, and you don't have to pay Jacob unless he wins. Nothing out of pocket. Free. Gratis. So if you're injured in an accident, the first name, the first thought, the first call should be Jacob. Jacob, Jacob, Jacob. The consultation is free. That's right. Free. I told you. Gratis. Don't wait. Call Jacob 24 hours a day at 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. Call him 844-24-JACOB or visit him online at calljacob.com.
Call Jacob.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A good karma brands radio station.
Mason in Ireland on 710.
I've got to be honest. I have no idea how you do it.
I'm not sure how I do it.
Would not. Would not be my scene.
More of Mason in Ireland right now.
Nice. New production.
See, getting stuff done.
Mario. I like it.
Mario,
exactly.
doing a good job.
Way to go, Mario. All right, it is time for Sports Graffiti. Got a line open, 877-710-ESPN. Got Marcus Grant filling in for Ireland. Bergman's here. Brian Cohen's here. Let's hit the phones, and we will start out with Steve. You're on Sports Graffiti. What's happening, Steve?
Hey, how's it going, guys? Hey, love the show.
Thanks, man.
And I want to give you the proper pronunciation of Luca's hometown.
Please do it.
It's Ljubljana.
Ljubljana. Okay, I've been saying Ljubljana. It's Ljubljana.
I know you have, but I've been there. I'm in a rock band, so I played in Ljubljana, which is the capital.
Wow. What band are you in?
I was in a band called the Devil Dogs.
Nice. What was your big hit?
Rock City, USA.
Nice.
Wow.
We're gonna dig that up. Is that on the YouTube? Okay, we're gonna dig that up. We'll use it, man. Ljubljana. Is that what he said?
Ljubljana.
Ljubljana.
Which I think I remember from my 10th grade geography class.
Really, we did not do Slovenia at my school.
Yeah, because I was also in high school right about the time all those Baltic states started gaining independence and breaks. So they gave us a whole bunch of new countries we had to learn.
Right. Little known fact, I think they're right together. Slovenia, Serbia is right there. Mm-hmm. And the production audio engineer for the Culture Pop podcast lives in Serbia and does it all remotely.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Found him on that thing called Upwork.
It's really a global show.
It really is. Let's go to Jason. Jason, you're on Sports Graffiti. What's happening, Jason?
So my three favorite SNL cast members are Will Ferrell, Norm Macdonald, and Maya Rudolph.
Ooh. Those are great.
Those are excellent.
Those are great calls. I'll
Excellent.
tell you what, we actually talked about Norm Macdonald today. He had some of the funniest friggin' jokes, especially about O.J.
Everything
Simpson.
about O.J.
You want to hear one?
Yeah, do
I
that
do.
one
I do.
joke, that Norm Macdonald joke.
All right, so this is a Norm Macdonald joke of the day. You can actually find them on at Norm SNL jokes on Twitter if you like hearing Norm Macdonald. And finally, first place in Weekend Update's Most Romantic Valentine contest goes to David Della Fera of Kearney, New Jersey. yesterday, Mr. De La Fera, who works as a fireman here in the city, climbed the ladder of a fire truck up to the third-floor office window of his girlfriend, Alexandra. There, with a dozen roses and a wedding ring, he proposed to her in front of all of her coworkers. Congratulations, David. And coming in last place for the third year in a row, O.J. Simpson. Norm Macdonald is just the best.
So funny. Norm had a joke about, he said, he'd put a picture up of Johnny Cochran putting the ski cap on his head,
Yes.
right? And Norm's joke was, OJ said, "Be careful with that, Johnny. That's my lucky stabbing hat."
Every joke, or a lot of jokes, just ended with O.J. Simpson.
Well, famously, too, O.J. was really good friends with a guy named Don Ohlmeyer, who was overseeing NBC. And so he got really pissed off at Norm, and that's why Norm got ousted there, was he was doing too many O.J. jokes. Let's go to Brandon. Oh, Brandon, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead, Brandon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
You're one of the Pangels, as we call them, because it's painful being a fan. Rendon's got to go. Got to give it to Perry last year, flipping 2 relievers, getting some young guys. We'll see how they turn out. And then last but not least, I trust in Ron. But, man, oh, man, is it rough. Mace, also going to Rio Perdido for my honeymoon, so thanks for the rec.
Man. You're going to love it. You will absolutely love it. I recommend it to everybody. You're going to have a blast, man.
Thank you, thank you. Angels suck.
There you go.
That's more Angels talk than we've had on this station in a long time.
Yeah, we really dug deep.
We've really blown it out with the Angels today.
I like the Pangels, though.
The Pangels.
How do you feel about that one, Parker? Pangels?
Pangels,
like
sure.
Pangels?
Yeah, that's good.
He's not paying attention.
Bergman, you went to Rio Perdido also in
did.
Costa Rica.
Yeah.
I recommend it to everybody. It's fantastic. It's a great spot. Thermal waters, zip lining. Did you do the thing with the inner tubes in the river?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That was so
you
much
have
fun.
to do it. It was incredible. I just liked just laying in the water. It's always so warm.
Yeah.
And they had like those, there was like
water features. Yeah. It was really, really cool. Let's go to Hammer. Hammer, you're on Sports Graffiti. What's happening, Hammer?
Hey, fellas. Good afternoon. It's good hearing you guys. Listen, really quick, I just want to give a shout-out to my wife, my daughter, and my granddaughter on Valentine's Day. Also, I don't want to jinx the Dodgers, man, because if we recall back basketball, we had Kobe, Shaq, Karl Malone, and Peyton, and we were supposed to have won everything, and didn't do that good. So I just don't want to jinx it, fellas. You know, and
okay.
I think it's LeBron, man.
All right, thanks. Yeah, no, that was the year that when Malone and Peyton
they got to the
lost to
finals
the
that
Pistons
year.
in the finals.
They didn't get to the finals,
but they
that
were
year.
heavily favored in that finals.
They were.
Yeah. And just did not pan out. Malone was hurt too. Malone didn't play. Let's go to Josh. Last call. Josh, you're on Sports Graffiti. What's happening, Josh?
Hey, a couple of SNL characters that you guys didn't mention that are some of my favorites is Tina Fey and Phil Hartman.
Phil Hartman was just legendary.
Yeah. I do have a question. Who do you think has been the funniest guest on SNL? And then really quick, you guys are talking about WNBA at the start of the show.
Yeah.
I'm a real fan, just keeping it real. Dude, I've tried to watch women's basketball. There's no way, man. I don't know how people can do it. I know you guys might be biased. But seriously, no, it's not. It's a no for me.
Okay, I get that, and that's your taste. I watched last night. I watched USC beat undefeated UCLA. It was a cool event. It was a really entertaining game. JuJu Watkins is terrific. I can name more women's college basketball players right now than I can men's college basketball players right now.
Yeah,
I just think the focus. It's like women's sports is having a moment right now. There we go.
Focus.
Simultaneously in stereo. Women's sports is having a moment right now, and I thought last night was really fun. It was cool to get Lindsey Gottlieb on the show yesterday. JuJu Watkins, fun to watch. I understand, though, if that's not your jam, that's not your jam, but recognize the fact that it's getting to be a lot of people's jam right now.
Yeah, if you just look at the college basketball, men's college basketball right now, except for your team, can you name? I don't even know if you name anybody on the USC team. To be honest with you,
no.
I
can
you know
name
that you know who Paige Beckers is. You know who JuJu Watkins
Yep.
is obviously Lauren Betts last night.
Lauren Betts last night,
There's
yeah.
Kiki Rice is also on UCLA, and Kiki Irifen for the USC. There's bigger names that are out there in women's right now.
And I don't know
whether you watch or not.
For whatever reason. Okay, should I save this question for Nikki?
Sure.
Yeah, okay, I'll save this question. Nikki K is going to come on. She does sports for Channel 1. I also want to ask her about the Channel 1 conspiracy. I've got a Channel 1 conspiracy that I would need to ask her about right off the bat. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I do not.
I'll explain it to you and Nikki next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Battered, but still standing. They take down #1 UCLA at home.
The number 6 USC Trojans knock off the number 1 UCLA Bruins for their first loss of the season. Led by 38 big points from JuJu Watkins.
Watkins the steal. Left wing, a Euro to the cup. Lays it in.
And you heard it all here on the home of the Trojans. 710 ESPN.
At Children's Hospital Los Angeles, we're a nationally recognized leader in pediatric care, honored by U.S. News and World Report as one of the best in the country. Here, we achieve amazing breakthroughs that change lives. From groundbreaking cancer therapies that offer new hope to young patients, to advanced heart procedures that save lives, we partner with families to conquer challenges and achieve extraordinary outcomes. Choose the best care for your child at chla.org.
Mom, I need to lay low for a few days.
Lay low? What's going on?
I only paid for this Hyundai Tucson.
Christopher Allen Lynch.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. Get the car or SUV you want at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Right now, get 2.99% APR for 72 months on the Hyundai Tucson. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offer ends March 3rd. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to everybody. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 1,000 times your cash. Run your game all season long on Prize Picks. And All-Star Weekend is almost here, and Prize Picks is the best place to win cash while watching your favorite players during the game and the Saturday night events like the 3-point contest. Prize Picks is the best way to get action on sports in more than 30 states, including California, Texas, Georgia, and Florida. Prize Picks also invented the flex play, which means you can still cash out if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. Download the app today. Use the code TRAV to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code TRAV, T-R-A-V, for first-time users. Prize Picks. Run your game.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on annual retirement contributions. With Robinhood Gold, the perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold.
Investing involves risk. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold at $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
There are some things you wouldn't mind being stuck with, like a large unexpected inheritance. An always on the verge of death phone that has to be plugged in just right so it charges is not one of those things. Switch to Verizon and we'll pay off your old phone. Up to $800 via prepaid MasterCard so you can get a new one. Just trade in any phone from our top brands on any unlimited plan. With new line on My Plan. Additional terms apply for trade-in and pay off your phone offer. See Verizon.com for details.
And it is Mason and Ireland, the OGs of LA Sports Radio.
Like, that's the problem in the world, is there aren't enough happy shows, fun shows.
Mason and Ireland.
710 ESPN.
So our caller Steve, during Sports Graffiti, mentioned that he was part of a band called the Devil Dogs, and we found their big hit, which is Rock City, USA. Steve, his name is, I can give his name. Steve Bass was member of the band Paul Corio and Andy Gortlier. They were two members of the Devil Dogs. They previously had been in the band Rat Bastards, which is also
That's a pretty good name.
A good name for a band. So there you have it, Steve. By request, Devil Dogs. And joining us right now is, I don't know, she's a fan of I wonder if she knows the Devil Dogs. Nikki K is here from the Channel 1. Hey, Nikki, how are you?
Hey, guys, I'm great. So I can't say I've heard of Devil Dogs, but my mom used to use Rat Bastard as a frustration term around the house growing up. So
it's a good one.
Sounds familiar.
It's a good one. It's a good one. So, Nikki, the Channel 1 conspiracy, here's the question
Hit
I
me
have.
with it.
Okay. So, for a while there, I would turn on the Spectrum, and it would be on whatever channel I had been watching. So, like, for example, I turn it on, and 59 Spectrum Sportsnet would be on, right? But in the last month, no matter when I turn it on, it always is Channel 1. So is it now rigged so that no matter what happens when you turn on your TV, you're going to get Channel 1?
Well, Mason, first of all, let me say you're welcome because we do excellent storytelling on Channel 1.
You do great stories. I love the Channel 1.
But here's the deal. It is a media advantage we have being a cable provider called Power On. And so, yes, we do have Power On facilitated, which is, people can be frustrated by it. But a lot of times I hear stories out in the wild of people who are like, oh, yeah, you're that channel that when I turn my TV on, and then all of a sudden I'm caught up in a story about a woman who makes donuts for, kids on the streets.
Yes.
And so... Right? And then before you know it, you're wound up in the stories we've got going on our channel. So I do have to say that it is something we have with our service, but yeah, it's not a conspiracy.
So I love the Channel 1. I'm a big fan of Kelvin Washington. I love Giselle Fernandez. I watch Alex Cohen. I watch a lot of the Channel 1. So I'm not complaining about it, but I did notice that all of a sudden, no matter when you turn the TV on, it's Channel 1, which is a good gig. That's working for the channel for sure. So you were at the game last night. You were at USC, UCLA. What was the environment like? I mean, I was watching on Peacock. What was it like inside Galen Center?
I mean, you look at Galen, and it was absolutely packed, and the fervor met the moment, right? Every possession in that game seemed like it was the one on the line to win an NCAA championship, and I think it's a true testament to what these programs have built themselves to be, not just, as names and brands, but on talent. And it's also kind of riding the wave of momentum we saw with women's college basketball last season and Caitlin Clark.
I know, obviously, if you're UCLA, you want to go out and win every game. You want to keep that undefeated streak going. Are you one of those people who believes that, hey, you lose now, it sort of takes the pressure off, or how do you feel about that?
Right. And so, first of all, I am a Bruin, and I look at this game through the lens as both a fan and someone evaluating what a number one seed at this point in the season wants to get out of it, right? And as a fan, I would want them to take the pressure off, right? And maybe get a loss now than when it really matters. And I think Coach Corey Close really reiterated that energy in the sense that they look at this game as a dress rehearsal for a Final Four matchup. And after the game, proud of her players, but at the same time saying, when it came down to it in the end, they were out tough on the rebounding, on not settling or on settling for shots that weren't the quality they wanted. So I think they'd be the first to look at this as kind of maybe this is the beginning of the revenge documentary, right? And we see them match up in the tournament when it really matters.
Now they do play again, right? On March the 1st, yes. I think they play at UCLA, right?
Already sold out. Yep.
Already sold out. There you have. And somebody called and said, somebody called in during Sports Graffiti, said, women's basketball, I have trouble watching. I think women's basketball is absolutely happening right now. It's having a moment, but it's more, I think it's here. I mean, I think women's sports are top of mind right now.
And I would say to that caller, are you actually watching? Because maybe you're seeing a possession, right, where a shot clanks in and out, but the way women's basketball has evolved at this point is that the quality of possessions, I don't want to label them as like good basketball, but you're actually watching off-ball movement, drawn up plays, running through motions. and men's basketball, for all the athleticism guys bring to the game, things are designed for above the rim action. And so I think where the women's game is right now and the shot quality that we're starting to see, especially in a player like JuJu Watkins, who was incendiary last night, is the game is at a really good place, and it's only going to continue to grow. So I would challenge anyone with that take, like, hey, come on, Boomer, let's check the records here.
So let's. Last night I'm watching the game on Peacock, and I turned it on a little bit late, and there was like 3 minutes left in the first. And I'm like, what the hell? I missed so much of the game, and they only scored 20 points. And I'm like, is this the lowest scoring first half in history? Until I remembered that women's basketball, for whatever reason, is 4 quarters when men's basketball is 2 halves. Can you explain why that is?
Mace, I can't. I know there have been discussions about, women's basketball at the collegiate level, where it's going with that format. I don't know if any decisions have been made recently, but it's something I have to recalibrate my brain with also. And there's times where I mistakenly refer to something, the start of the second half, and it's like, nope, start of the third quarter, or just being a little bit more definitive with that. But I had to, the score check in watching games like that is a definite reminder. But it also gives more storytelling within the course of a game, right? Because USC was up big, UCLA closed the space in the second, and then in the third quarter took control. But in the fourth, it was JuJu in the second half of that fourth quarter there.
I did want to ask you, I want to go back real quick because you were talking about the popularity of the game. How much of it do you think has to do with the fact that in the women's game, we still see these athletes for 2, 3, and 4 years, where we don't on the men's side, where it used to be you get to know these guys before they went to the NBA. Now we see Caitlin Clark for 4 years. We're going to see JuJu Watkins for 4 years. It feels like that has a lot to do with the popularity of the game too.
I think that's absolutely everything. And I'm also the sideline reporter for the Sparks, right? So I got to see the fan effect of Cameron Brink and Rakia Jackson as 2 rookies in the league, but just how people were drawn to their games before they became Sparks, right? And you have to think about it in this day and age of social media. These players are walking brands right now. And I think there is research showing that the interaction and the engagement with women's basketball at the collegiate level is so much higher than that of men's. And it's because, fans become invested in who these players are on and off the court. They see them a little bit more up and close with social media. They come from the TikTok generation. So I think the fanfare and already JuJu as a sophomore has people waiting for her after games for autographs, right? And the brand establishment is a lot earlier for women.
So you do LA sports, period, for the Channel 1. What's your reaction to Luka Doncic joining the Lakers, and do you think the Lakers are championship contenders in your view?
I think the arrival of Luka Doncic was something that took me a little, like 48 hours to really comprehend was real, right? And then we saw that first game, and I think as you make up, machinations of just how far this Lakers team can go in a postseason. This postseason, I would say anything has to be possible when you've got Luka and LeBron, and also the ascension of Austin Reeves too. But the Lakers are a little bit thin at interior. I know Alex Len was a new acquisition, but
have you not heard of Len's sanity?
Len's sanity, right? And it's just, I have to say, growing up a Laker fan and now covering the team, the buzz has been Anthony Davis, obviously sensational, but the buzz in that building, Mace. I don't know if you were there.
Yep, I was.
Yeah, and I have never seen so many people wearing the free T-shirts in Crypto.com Arena. That I was like, wait a minute, we're on to something here.
By the way, even in the lower bowl, like people in the 200s, 300s always wear their T-shirts, but in the lower bowl I saw people wear. That's how enthusiastic people were.
Yeah, it's almost like the equivalent of Shohei arriving to the Dodgers and speaking of an international superstar and a guy whose brand transcends the name of the jersey he's wearing, but now he's married with the purple and gold. It's awesome. All
right, last thing for you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know Giselle Fernandez?
I love Giselle. She's a mentor and paves the way, and I wouldn't be where I am without her.
Okay, so can you put in a word? I would like to be on LA Stories. Could you mention that to Giselle?
Yes. You know what, Mason? I'm gonna do you one better. I'm gonna type up a cover letter for you.
Oh.
I'm gonna attach a headshot. I'll screen grab one of your Instagram pictures, and then I will put it on her desk as well as her producers. There
Awesome. Thank you, Nikki. Well, I will see Channel 1 tonight the moment I turn the television on. The moment I turn it on, there you will be. Thank you very much for coming on.
Nikki.
We appreciate it a lot, Nikki.
Thank you, guys. Cheers, and I'll be at spring training. Let's go Dodgers.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll have to get her back for spring training.
For sure.
Yeah, she's great.
It's awesome.
Do you ever watch Channel 1?
I do, but sort of the way you do, right? I turn on the TV,
and there it is.
It's right there.
Yeah.
And I check it out for a
If
few
you have
minutes.
Spectrum, there it is. Brian, do you ever watch the Channel 1?
Sadly, I do not.
You do not. It's good. It's good. Yeah. Our friend Kelvin Washington's doing mornings. We should have her back, Greg. She's great. She's going to Dodgers spring training.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah, she's terrific.
Sweet.
All right, coming up next for you, Jalen Hurts knows how to take care of his offensive linemen, and it's a real-life Jonah. That's coming up next. Mason in Ireland. Marcus is in for John, 710 ESPN.
Not much.
And winning championships.
Not much.
Who's more famous than him?
NFL players, but that's about it.
You still think the quarterback?
In this country. Internationally, probably not.
If Luka is winning championships and the Lakers are back to their dominant, excellent self, like I'm talking back to the old school days when they're running off 10 in a row ugly stuff.
Yep.
And Luka is at the forefront.
Yep.
Am I getting too far to
NFL.
say Luka could actually challenge that?
I think he would be on the short list.
That guy,
sure.
that talent, the way he plays here.
I don't think it's a Luka thing. I think it's an NBA versus NFL thing. That's the only reason that I would make that argument. But I think it's close.
Weekday mornings at 9 a.m.
It's Travis and DeMarco
on 710 ESPN.
So Mark Real from Real Fathers writes, I always say on the air, you have to have the right family law firm that is going to get you the happiness you deserve and the justice you deserve.
Really, the legal system is designed and set up for fathers to fail. I set out to create a firm and to create something that would help all men navigate that successfully.
We have a new phone number for Real Fathers Rights.
833-ESPN-710.
And RFR710.com.
Yes, RFR710.com.
This February, the Genesis Invitational heads to Torrey Pines in San Diego. Be there when moments become legendary. The roars echo through the trees, and champions rise. The Genesis Invitational welcomes the world's best golfers, including Scotty Scheffler, Rory McIlroy, Colin Morikawa, and more to Torrey Pines February 13th through 16th for the Genesis Invitational. This is where legends are made. Get your tickets today at genesisinvitational.com.
Hey guys, it's Cap. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt, one of Southern California's largest public adjuster firms. Avner Gatt knows how to fight back when your insurance company makes you feel like a criminal, leaving you with no hope of getting into your home and getting it all back together. With decades of experience and a passion for helping people, Avner and his family take the call themselves. So whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is, you call Avner Gatt today at 818-917-5256 or you go to avnergatt.com. It's 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. You call, Avner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game. avnergatt.com.
Vivid Seats is your ultimate destination for basketball and hockey this season. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every one-timer and buzzer-beating 3 live and in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Don't miss out. Visit vividseats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
I had the worst dream last night. You were in a car crash, and the kids and I were on our own. We had to move out of the house because I couldn't afford it anymore.
That's awful, hon.
My brother was saying he got life insurance from Ethos. With Ethos, it only took 10 minutes, and he got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day. It's all online. No medical exam. He just answered a few health questions right from his house.
Ethos, here we come.
Visit getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
Sample rate is a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy, non-smoking male. Billed monthly.
Hi, this is Matthew Stafford of your Los Angeles Rams. This is Mason and Ireland on your home of Rams football, 710 ESPN.
Feeling things I've never felt. It's kind of to explain her personality in everything.
This is Brian Cohen and Allison's song.
And little Leon Bridges.
Leon Bridges.
Beyond. This was one of our 2 wedding songs we had too. So yeah.
Is that right? What was the other one?
Lana Del Rey, Radio.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a hip wedding. That's a hip wedding. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Good.
Like it.
And how long have you and Allison been together?
About 4.5 years now.
But you only put a ring on it at Christmas, right?
Right. So
Yeah.
a couple months now married.
A couple of months. And how's it going so far?
Oh, it's great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Were you cohabitating before?
Yeah, for like 2.5 years.
That's
so,
to me. That's the important thing. If I was to give advice on relationships, and by the way, don't take it. I'm not all that good at them. But I would say you should absolutely cohabitate before you get married, because you should vacation and cohabitate before you get married, because then you know how things are going to be. Like if you don't cohabitate well, it's going to fall apart. Bergman, do you and Jean cohabitate?
So, I mean, she's there 5 nights a week.
That's basically cohabitating.
Basically, but no, because she still goes home to her place a couple nights a week.
But you got a pretty good feel for what
good feel of what it would be like, but I do believe in cohabitating first. You don't want to get surprised by that.
As my mom would say, live in sin.
Marcus,
what about you? Cohabitation, did it happen before marriage?
It did happen before marriage. Cohabitation did. So yeah, I'm sort of with you guys, right? Like it's good to do that. You mentioned vacationing together.
Oh, that's important.
But even little things like do something competitive, right? Like even if it's just like bowling or something like that, just to get a sense of how the other person handles competition.
Yes.
Winning, losing, like that sort of thing. Because like bowling's kind of trivial, but it does spill over into other things,
Sure. Well, Ireland tells a story about how some girl bowled a 36 and you never saw her again.
Yeah, that's such a weird thing.
No, so weird.
You can't bowl.
I'm sorry.
I'm out.
I'm sorry. 36 too low. Yeah, I've seen enough. Moving on. Bowling is one of those. I'm actually a really good bowler.
Okay.
But I got injured the last time I bowled.
That makes sense. Wait, what did you do?
I got injured the last time I bowled.
How?
Your wrist?
No, not my wrist. My hip. My hip actually screwed up. Because when I bowl,
Michael Thompson?
I do this.
You hit the microphone?
No, the back leg goes up, like a professional bowler.
Okay.
And unfortunately, my body doesn't like that very much. So I've
you
been
like Fred
bowling
Flintstone and
Maybe
you do the twinkle toes?
You know what? I used to do the tippy toe thing.
Tippy toe?
Yeah, I used to do that for a while.
I always watched the Pro Bowler Tour was on Saturdays, and my grandmother loved the Pro Bowlers Tour. Oh my God, I don't even think it exists anymore, does it?
I don't know. Who's the guy?
Pete Weber.
Pete Weber.
Pete Weber.
Yeah.
Whoever you think you are, I am.
She loved Nelson Burton Jr.
Never heard of
when
him.
he made the finals, she was all excited. The world came to a stop because Nelson Burton Jr. was in the finals. All right, so this is if you're a quarterback in the NFL, you take care of your offensive line. That's a rule. You got to do it. And Jalen Hurts has the biggest, baddest offensive line in probably the history of the NFL. Is that fair to say, Marcus?
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah,
biggest, tallest.
It's they're pretty big.
So he was invited on the Tonight Show, and he said, "I will not go to the Tonight Show unless my offensive line is on the show too."
Good for him.
So he brought his whole offensive line to the Jimmy Fallon show, and apparently he also hooked each of his offensive linemen up with their own tractor-trailer truck filled with beer.
Yes, I saw that, which the beer was not of a quality that I want a whole tractor-trailer of it. But I believe it's Bud Light.
Bud Light, yes,
it's
it is
Bud Light,
Light.
which I don't know if I'm going to do the whole truck full of Bud Light. But the truck seems kind of cool. I can use it to haul
a truck full of
things.
beer. That's all right.
Sure.
Some people, I've heard of people giving cars and stuff, like quarterbacks giving everybody in the offensive line a car. Truck of beer is not bad.
Which, by the way, I'm guessing that no one actually came out of this. Feels like a promotional thing from the Anheuser-Busch company.
Oh, you think this was all a hookup from Bud Light?
Yeah, I don't think anybody actually came out of pocket for these 5 trucks full of Bud Light.
Well, then he really owes them something else. Then he owes them something more. If it was
just
free
a guess.
beer.
I don't know that for a fact. I'm just guessing.
I'm giving you a truck full of free beer,
right? A promotional thing.
Is Bud Light bad? I'm not a big beer drunker.
It's
Are you not a?
I'm not a Bud Light fan.
Yeah.
No.
Not because the whole.
No,
thing.
just I don't particularly care for the taste of it.
There's a whole thing where people hate Bud Light because they did something.
I have nothing to do with that. No.
Yeah, I mean, Bud Light is.
No, I don't really like the light beer.
Yeah?
So, yeah, it's not for me.
Not for you. Bergman?
Yep.
What's your go-to beer?
My go-to beer, actually, Kona Longboard.
Oh, yeah. That's a good beer.
Really, really good beer.
What's your go-to drink?
Usually just a Scotch on the rocks or a gin martini.
Ugh.
I just don't like vermouth.
I
think
hate
what it is.
gin.
It's gin martini with a twist instead of olives. Oh, so
vodka
good.
martini.
So good.
I love a vodka martini.
No vodka, period.
Yeah.
No vodka.
What's your drink?
I'm just a whiskey guy. Whiskey bourbon.
Just straight up 3 fingers?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I'll do scotch occasionally, but generally speaking, I'm just a...
Do you like the peaty scotches?
I do like the peaty scotches.
Yeah, the peaty scotch. Yeah, very peaty.
I learned to drink it when I was in, of all places, Scotland is when I learned to appreciate good scotch.
What do you like? Do you like Lagavulin?
It's something. It's usually something with a name that is unpronounceable.
Lagavulin.
Yeah, or something like that. It's like a whole bunch of G's and H's usually together and stuff like that.
Right. My first overseas trip was to Scotland. What were you doing in Scotland?
I was in Edinburgh for a few days.
Oh, yeah?
As a group of friends, from college, we would just, because we've all scattered across the country, we would find a trip to do together. And at first it was domestically, we'd go to a baseball game, and then one of us moved and got a teaching job at the University of Galway in Ireland, so it became an excuse for us to go to Europe and go visit him.
Nice. Yeah, Scotland is a beautiful country. It's the first place I ever went to. I did total a car there. That is a fact.
They drive on the proper side of the road, though, right?
But I was starting in London.
Okay.
And so all of a sudden the road switched, but I totaled the car before it went back to normal driving.
Got it.
Yeah. Boom, boom, boom is right. All right, so this story I showed you the video of this today. There's an amazing video that's floating around out there of a kayaker. I'll tweet it out. A kayaker whose dad is sort of in a kayak behind him, and he's videoing his kid. And all of a sudden, this humpback whale rises from the water and swallows him.
Nope.
What?
Nope.
Rises
Can't
from
do
the
it.
water and swallows him. Now, it spit him
dead?
out. It spit him out.
Jeez, man.
Literally.
Start there.
But, I mean, it swallowed him and then spit him out. And the whole thing's on video. It is terrifying. It is terrifying. It is full-on Jonah, right?
This Pinocchio sequel is going to be wild.
Oh, it is. It is. Have you seen the video yet, Brian?
I haven't,
Oh,
no,
my
but
God,
I got to check
crazy.
this out.
It is crazy.
Did you put it on your social?
Yeah, I'll put it on my social when we get to a break here. I don't want to do it in the middle.
Why not?
Because I'm in the middle of doing a show.
Trying to do a show.
So I was going to tell you, have you been to Cosm yet?
I have. It's fantastic.
Oh, my God. It's amazing.
Love it.
It is absolutely amazing. If you've not been to Cosm, you are totally missing out. Cosm brings fans the ultimate sports experience. Imagine watching all your favorite sports, NBA, NHL, college basketball, Premier League soccer, WWE, more on these massive, high-resolution displays that surround you. And it is like being at the game. It's like being on the court. That's how it is inside the dome. On top of that, they've got shows like Orbital, which is really cool, and they've got a Cirque du Soleil show, O, which is perfect for the family or for a date. Would be a good date night thing. They've got the deck on the 3rd floor. Unbelievable views in a rooftop bar. You can see Ballmer's building and SoFi. You're kind of like right between the two. I'm telling you, if you have not been to Cosm yet, it is such an unbelievable experience. Get your tickets. Go to Cosm.com. That's COSM.com. Cosm.com. An amazing experience you will love. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Sedano and Cap.
Today at 3 p.m. after Mason and Ireland.
You were doing the game.
And I shouted out ESPN LA.
So wait, I'm on a flight.
Right.
I'm watching it. And they come over to George. And say, let's go over to George, And George says, hey, guys, LA is super stoked on Luka. I do a daily talk radio show here on ESPN LA 710.
Yeah.
And you said, the fans are, I'm trying to remember how you phrased it, but
over the moon or something like that.
It was a
overjoyed.
Whatever it was. And I texted him good report.
Yeah.
You're inches.
I almost said it.
Inches.
Almost said Sedano and Cap.
My show every day on ESPN LA, Sedano and Cap. You chose
I should have just kept going.
You
I
chose
said.
not to mention the name of the show.
I should have just kept going.
It was gratuitous enough to mention the radio station, which I love.
At that point,
right. Let it go, bro.
Yeah.
Let it go.
The LA Afternoon Takeover. That's Sedano and Cap.
On 710 ESPN.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-777-1225. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-777-1225. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-777-1225. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-777-1225. 800-777-1225 or biglou.com.
Looking to enhance your home with the latest in audio, video, and smart home technology? Don't go anywhere else but Mir Audio Video in Westwood. For over 40 years, Mir has specialized in all things smart home solution with companies like Lutron and Crestron. For innovation, reliability, do what we do. Choose Mir Audio Video. In light of the recent fires in L.A., Mir is here to assist, providing guidance to your insurance company as needed. Visit MirAudioVideo.com or call 310-234-4010 today.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Being young with unlimited energy to burn. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think you could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
All guys lose their edge when they turn 40. The body has less testosterone. That's why I take Nugenix Total T.
I've heard about Nugenix. That really works?
Since I started taking Nugenix, I'm lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. I feel more energized at work. It's even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try?
Yep, send a text. It's that easy.
Text LIKE to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text LIKE to 42424. That's LIKE to 42424. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
It is Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN. Don't get it twisted, yo. The most downloaded sports radio show in Los Angeles. The podcast, that is.
Mason and Ireland, the #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. And we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
All right.
What's Up, Fool is brought to you by Dos Hombres Mezcal. It's fate. It's friendship. It's mezcal. Dos Hombres.
Thank you, Brian. All right, we got a little something that's hot off the presses here.
Nice.
New athlete making a new track. Let's see if you guys can guess who this is that's putting out this fabulous music.
I know who this is. I'm abstaining.
You do know who
I
this
do
is?
know who this is, yes.
Josh Allen. Give me initials.
SS.
SS. The only name that pops into my head is Steve Smith.
The
old wide receiver, Steve Smith.
It is not Steve Smith.
Okay, tell me.
Shedeur Sanders.
No, really?
Shedeur Sanders.
Wow.
Yeah.
I believe it's called Life. Just put it out yesterday.
Yeah.
Brand new track.
Is it like a hit?
There's a video with the whole thing. Yeah, the whole
Is it
nine.
getting tons of views and all that kind of stuff?
I can't tell you. I have no idea.
I have no idea. I saw it on social media. Someone else had posted it, and I watched a little bit of it. I would tell him maybe not to quit the football thing.
Okay, so I'm not a good judge. Was that not good?
The music I thought was good. I don't know that he's a great rapper.
It felt like kind of a who would that be like?
It sort of had some. I don't know, like that. It's not a Travis Scott. It's
No.
not a.
I'm trying to think of the guy. There is a guy that it'll come to me. All right, so what's the question?
Oh, just like, what do you think of his, Lane Avenue here? We just saw Jello now getting in, with
LeAngelo
with
signs
Tweaker.
big.
Right, so,
this guy gets another bag.
Yeah, are you a fan of these athletes, having another source of revenue? He's about to be, looked at in the draft and everything. This is not going to have any effect on that, right?
No. I don't think it's going to have any effect in the draft. I'm watching the video right now. It's got 42,000 views, which is not
a lot.
Really
It's only been a day, though.
It's not a lot.
It's only been a day. Yeah, I think it's. I'm all for it. I mean, there are some guys that I'm trying to think. Oladipo.
Did Victor Oladipo?
Victor
have
Oladipo
one?
is a great singer. Kobe Turner could
Turner's
release
a great
single.
singer.
He'd be great. There are guys with lots of talent who can do other stuff. I'm not a good judge of Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah,
because I thought it was Josh Allen.
I remember Darren Waller was a rapper. I don't know how many streams he got or anything like that.
I feel like
he also had a music video that was sort of awkward after he went through a breakup. It was just really weird. But I'm kind of with you. Like, I don't expect these guys are going to spend all day, every day in the playbook or in the weight room or whatever. Like, they're going to have free time to do stuff. So I don't really begrudge him doing that. It's not
better.
Listen to
Look, making music is better than going out and partying and hitting the clubs.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sort of like video games. Video games are great for athletes because guys don't go out as much as they used to. Keeps you out of trouble.
Yep.
So, yeah, make some music.
What's up, Foo?
Okay, so Quentin Tarantino, as we talk about movie directors here, today is a very popular day in the movies. A lot of people like to go to Valentine's, date on the movies. He had a pretty interesting quote, though, on the state of movies and saying that 2019 was the last true year of movies. He said, "What the F is a movie now? Something that plays in theaters for a token release for about 4 weeks, and then by the second week, you could stream it at your home TV. It's all about diminishing returns. That's why I'm not going to get into it now." What do you think? He's pretty much saying he's not going to direct anything right now. He's doesn't love the state of the movies going in the theater and then directly to streaming. What is your take on 2019 being the last year of movies?
First thing I will say is it's a little bit ironic because 2019 was also the year that Once Upon a Time in Hollywood came out. So, that seems a little bit ironic that he picks that year. I mean, I'm kind of with him. Like, I still enjoy the experience of going to a movie theater.
Yes.
I also tend to do the Tuesday early matinees, where it's like me and like 5 senior citizens in the theater. Like, I love that though. But I'm sort of with him that like a movie, like when I was younger, like a movie would stay in the theaters for months at a time. Like now, really, if you don't catch it within the first 2 weeks, it's probably on demand.
The business has changed so much, and I completely agree with Quentin Tarantino. Now, I go to the movies all the time. I'm an AMC Stubs member. I get unlimited movies, all that stuff, and I use it. I'll go see Captain America this weekend. I'm excited to see. So, but realistically, a movie now does come out in theaters briefly. A limited number of theaters because there are only a limited number of theaters. It hangs in there for a couple of weeks and then it goes straight to video or straight to to streaming.
Yeah.
When I started in the movie theater business back in the 90s, a movie like Titanic played for 3 months. 3 months it played, and was still doing business in that third month. That doesn't exist anymore. They've narrowed the windows to 4 to 6 weeks. So all of a sudden, things hit streaming really, really fast. Like that movie Conclave I saw in the theater. I swear the next day it was on Peacock.
So I'll say this. Do you feel differently about a movie, like when they advertise it, it's only in theaters versus like you see a trailer and then at the end it like pops up the Netflix logo or something?
There is much more urgency to see a movie that is in a theater. Netflix releases so many movies that are just for Netflix, and I don't think I've ever watched one of them. Have you ever watched an original Netflix movie? Because I think they made like 25 of them last year, and I don't remember a single damn one.
I'm trying to think. I mean, I feel like I may have, but I know that none of them have stuck with me.
Yes. Bergman, will you go see Captain America?
Nope.
And that is because?
I am so over all Marvel movies at this point. Once I saw Deadpool versus Wolverine, I said, I'm good.
Yeah, but see, I think they've done a nice job because I think there were like 3 Marvel movies a year, and now there's only 1 Marvel movie a year. Yeah. Although this year they're doing that stupid one.
Thunderbolts,
which I don't even...
That came off of Black Widow.
It is. I think if you know, I know that we can sit here and talk about the issues with Marvel. I think some of it is that they have gone to such obscure characters now.
Yes.
Because it worked with Guardians of the Galaxy. Like nobody really knew Guardians of the Galaxy, and that turned into a huge thing. But now I think they're trying to kind of redo that with other obscure characters.
Yep.
And it just doesn't hit.
Yeah, I think. Again, if you go back to the original question. Movies don't last in theaters very long, and there's not a lot of incentive to go see them because you know they're going to be on TV in a couple of weeks. So, yeah, I think the movie business is broken in that way.
What's up, Foo?
All right, guys, so YouTube just had their anniversary, but they announced that they are planning to remove clickbait videos that might mislead viewers. You know, the old Rickroll videos, kind of deal like that. So they're trying to eliminate all of those clickbait. And with the episode titles and the thumbnail picture has to be relevant to the actual video. Well, my question here is, how often do you actually get clickbaited?
Where I click on something and it's something totally different?
Something else.
I don't think since I've been Rickrolled. I think that's the only time that's ever happened to me, where you get lured in thinking it's one thing and all of a sudden you get something else.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I can't think of a time, at least recently, that's happened. I mean, I feel like people are generally pretty good about advertising what is in their video. Because I think if you clickbait somebody, certainly once, but if you do it multiple times, like people are just going to stop clicking on your stuff.
So, yeah, I don't think this is a huge issue. There are bigger problems with social media than this.
Just nice to no longer get Rickrolled.
That
still happens.
It is.
It's a thing of the past now.
Exactly.
What's up, Foo?
So yesterday I talked about the MLB Network coming out with their top 10 list. Their top 100, but yesterday was the top 10, and their top 3 were Ohtani, Judge, and then Bobby Witt was in that third spot. But I went through the whole list here, and I wanted to see how many players per team were on each thing. So the Dodgers, of course, lead the whole list with 9 players on the top 100, followed by the Braves with 7 at second. There was a couple teams with 5. I think the Padres are on there. I found this interesting, though. So there's 4 teams that have 0 players on the top 100.
Okay.
The Marlins, the Rays, the Rockies, and the White Sox.
Wow. You know, the one that surprises me is the Rays.
Right. That was the one I was kind of surprised to as well. And I think the Pirates had 1, which was Paul Skeens.
Paul Skeens, sure.
How do these teams promote, their team if they have no superstar?
They don't.
Per se?
They promote the other team.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like you've seen it, at least last year, the Angels billboard had a picture of Mike Trout, and it said, "Great seats, great prices."
I mean, look,
to me, that is very sad.
When I first moved to Los Angeles back in the mid-'90s for college, the Clippers were still playing at the Sports Arena, and I remember the ads in the LA Times for Clipper tickets would always be the pictures of the other players coming in. So it'd be like a picture of Michael Jordan or Hakeem Olajuwon or somebody like that. Because, the Clippers weren't exciting on their own. Right, the Clippers weren't exciting on their own. That's what it was.
What's up, Foo?
All right, so we talked about a little bit of boxing here. Everybody seems to be getting into boxing. Greg, Cappy.
Yeah, Greg, boxing
So Vice TV is getting into the sports world now. They're going to start doing documentaries. They did the Calipari documentary. They're trying to do a live broadcasting, and what they're starting with is BYB, Bare Knuckle Boxing. So it's going to be kicking off 13 live events on Vice TV starting next Saturday, Feb 22nd. And it kind of got the question to me, are you a fan of watching combat sports, MMA, boxing, bare knuckle boxing, and what would it take for you to ever get into a bare knuckle box match?
Well, first of all, self-defense would be the only way I get into a bare knuckle brawl. I only watch slap fights. I think the slap fight thing
Those are insane.
Oh, the slap fight thing
crazy.
is amazing.
Yeah.
I watch those on YouTube. Dana White, apparently there's a slap fight league, and it's popular. Look, Americans this is sort of like bloodthirsty, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bare knuckle boxing is like bloodthirsty.
Yeah, I watch, like, for boxing, I'll watch maybe the occasional big match. I admit, I watched Tyson Paul.
I did too.
I watched it. I tried getting into MMA. It just wasn't for me. Look, if you like it, that's cool. It just was not my thing. I went to an MMA match. I went to a UFC match
Did
once.
you?
And eventually, I sort of got bored with what was happening in the octagon, and I was just people watching, and that to me was just as entertaining.
You know what I would like to do? I would go see MMA at Cosm.
Oh, yeah, I can see that.
It would be crazy.
That would be
Cosm.
wild.
Yeah. And I know they do MMA events. They do WWE and they do MMA. So that would be a cool place to see it.
I've been to a lucha event. Like, that was cool.
What's a lucha event?
Like the wrestling, the Mexican wrestling and stuff
right.
like that. That was cool.
Yeah.
But that's more of a spectacle than an actual combat sport.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm not super in on MMA.
What's up, fool?
I got one more here for you guys. So Rock and Roll Hall of Fame 2025 nominees
Oh.
are out. So
Okay.
see, just a little yes and no if one of these are going to be, Hall of Fame worthy.
Okay.
Bad Company,
No.
No, I don't think so.
The Black Crowes,
I actually think so.
Yeah.
Mariah Carey,
Yeah,
Yes.
she's in.
Billy Idol,
I think so.
absolutely.
Cyndi Lauper,
Absolutely.
Oasis,
That's not what I meant to hit. I meant to hit that.
Outcast.
I
Yes,
think so.
absolutely.
I think so.
That's for sure. Fish.
Classic people
jam
love
band.
Fish.
I mean,
Yeah.
or the Grateful Dead, because if the Grateful Dead's in, I feel like
The
Fish
Grateful
should
Dead
be
is
in.
definitely in.
So then Fish should be in.
Yeah.
And then rounding out Soundgarden and the White Stripes.
I don't know about Soundgarden. I personally think the White Stripes
I think the
should
White
be
Stripes
there.
also, yeah. So how many get in from that group?
I'm not sure, honestly.
Yeah.
They just saw that they put out the list of the nominees.
Yeah, I mean, most everybody has gotten into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame at this point, haven't
feel
they?
like
They have a
it's
big class every single
Sort of
year.
like the Basketball Hall of Fame. Like, you just welcome in.
Right,
Come on in.
exactly.
There's a little something that we found just recently. Thank you, Graham, and I think a listener too.
Okay.
We were talking about rap songs before from
Yeah.
Shador Sanders, and obviously that fits in with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. We found another person. When Brian has it ready, just go ahead and play it.
Okay.
And I want to see if you guys can guess who
Okay.
this is.
Let me see. Let's see.
There you go.
There it is. Okay, got it.
Hold on. There you
All
go.
right,
And
perfect.
Now,
yeah,
go.
now.
You keep it amateur while I keep it pro. I'm about my business while you're about your dough. I'm about my fans while you're about your hoes.
Okay.
You want the game like a buddy knows it comes.
Josh Allen.
Any clue? Marcus?
What sport?
Baseball.
Baseball.
Mookie Betts.
No.
Oh.
He is a Dodger.
He is a Dodger.
He's a Dodger.
Blake Trinan.
You are half correct.
Blake Snell?
Blake Snell.
Oh, Blake
This
Snell.
is
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, Blake Trinan's not
He would
rapping.
be like
Let's be-
least likely to rap.
I had
Blake
no
Trinan?
idea Blake Snell rapped.
Yeah.
Well, now neither
Now
did
I do.
until Graham and some other people found this.
Give us 200 innings and a couple of hit records.
Wow.
How about that?
Drops bars.
Yeah.
This is from Los Dodgers WS champs.
Shouts
Okay.
out to you.
Shouts out to you.
Yeah. Very nice. Very nice. Blake Snell. Go figure. When's Josh Allen releasing something? Is he
Let's get
doing
him on
any
it.
music at all?
I feel like he leaves the entertaining to his,
Yeah.
his wife does music.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh, that's
she
right.
does.
His wife. So
His wife does music.
Oh, we got some breaking
Again?
news. Next, Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
The fun way to drive home is with Sedano and Cap.
Well, I like what you were wearing too, George. Very
cardigan.
Very Cubano, Mr. Rogers, if you will. You know what I'm saying?
It's just a cardigan.
Sedano and Cap
Weekdays at 3 p.m.
on 710 ESPN.
You never expect a Hail Mary pass to win and end the game or getting into an accident. Hey, it's Trav with DeMarco.
Only one all-star defense team you can call to defend you. The personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000.
Don't get sacked by others. Joseph will help you achieve the maximum compensation you deserve. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let Joseph and his team score a touchdown for you.
After you use Bounce Dryer Sheets and realize how fresh, soft, less wrinkled, and less staticky your laundry can be, you'll put a sheet on it every time. Like those socks that smell like they've been through a marathon. Or that blanket that's got wrinkles on its wrinkles. Put a sheet on it. Maybe even your chatty coworker who keeps distracting you. Okay, Bounce Dryer Sheets can't do it all. But for fresher, softer, better laundry, put a sheet on it with Bounce.
With Target, checking off your Valentine's Day list has never been easier. First, surprise your favorite people with something extra thoughtful, like a soothing candle in a memorable scent, or a decorative picture frame to show off every moment. Both buy one, get one 50% off with Target Circle. And don't forget to treat yourself. Find the sweetest style for your special occasion with 20% off women's dresses now through Friday. This week, find Valentine's gifts for everyone you love, only at Target.
Hey, it's Mace. Looking for some fun and excitement? You got to check out Chumba Casino. It's 100% free to play. No purchase required. Enjoy hundreds of thrilling social casino games anytime, anywhere, like bingo, slingo, slots, and solitaire. Get in the action. Play now for a chance to redeem some serious prizes at ChumbaCasino.com.
Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, and Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
There's LeBron and Luka, the dynamic duo taking over the NBA.
I can't believe that we just had an assist, LeBron James to Luka Doncic.
But before that, there was the original duo, the OGs of LA Sports Radio.
Ireland has an idea. I do. I think it's stupid, but there are other ideas out there.
More Mason and Ireland right now.
Oh. Oh, brought a tear to my eyes. This is Juan and my son.
Who is it?
It is Rascal Flatts.
Oh, I
God
think I've heard this
bless the broken road that led me straight to you.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I really like this song. And Juan and I, by the way, have been together 19 years now, 19 and a half years, which is like 50 in gay years.
So what's the story behind this? Like, did you hear this song together? Like, how did this become your song?
Because it was weird. We knew a bunch of people in common, but had never actually met. And so we got that idea. Juan's a big country music listener. Got that idea from The Broken Road because he knew him and that guy knew her. Okay. And so it was a broken road to actually get together.
The invisible string theory.
What is that?
The invisible string theory is that two people that are meant to meet have an invisible string that's just keeping them apart until they meet.
Interesting.
Yeah. That seems similar to that.
Yeah. Here's a little known fact. When I was doing Mason and Ireland in the 90s, one of our interns was a guy named Matt. His name was Matt Simon. He was actually on The Real World. Huh. And while he was interning for us, his roommate was Juan.
Really?
Oh, wow. Yeah. So weird.
That's crazy.
So there was a connection that we never quite met until we met. So there's your Valentine's Day story. You and your wife have been together how long, Marcus?
Let's see. We've been married for 3.5 years.
Nice.
We have been together about 6.5.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you have a big wedding?
No. We actually kind of did. We had a COVID wedding, and so like at some point we feel like we want to do a ceremony sort of thing, but we did a Zoom COVID thing. That was it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did it. You got married on Zoom?
Well, I mean, we did the whole like courthouse via Zoom thing because it was a height.
So
of COVID.
wait a minute. So you and her were at like your house and you were Zooming the justice of the peace?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then were other family members Zoomed in?
We had a couple, but yeah, at some point we were like, we're gonna do a big thing because we were planning a whole wedding. The whole world shut down. We're like, at some point we're gonna do a thing, and we so far have not.
So now, do you look back at that as positive? I mean, the wedding, obviously. The marriage, positive.
That part's positive.
But, I mean, do you miss out the fact that you didn't actually get to go through the thing?
Some days, yeah. Sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, like, it'd be fun to have the photos and do do that sort of thing. So
You could
that
do
is a goal.
screen captures from when you were getting married
right,
on Zoom.
Hey,
yeah,
it's
here
us
we are.
Here's our
That
Zoom
is
background.
really weird.
Yeah.
Doesn't COVID seem like it was a million years ago?
Yeah, it was only just like 4 or 5.
I know. It
It's
seems
like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
in a weird way, it feels like it almost never happened.
Yeah.
It's so strange.
We are coming up on 5 years of Rudy Gobert like blowing into microphones.
Exactly
Most
right.
overrated player in NBA history.
Yeah, boy. You know, it's funny. Steph Curry. Breaking news. The breaking news that we were going to give you has been suspended until further notice.
Yes, until further notice. But it's great breaking news.
That's so the breaking news is that the breaking news isn't happening.
Yeah, the breaking news is that there's no breaking news yet.
It's great news that will break at another time.
Right.
Yeah.
So at some future date, the news that we know about,
Yes.
which is great, will break.
Will break when it is time to break said news.
Correct.
Yeah.
So there you have it. Stay tuned for that. Steph Curry said this today. I find this really interesting. He says, and of course the Warriors have acquired Jimmy Butler, and they're going to try to extend the run with Steph. But he said, you don't want to be in a situation the Lakers were in the last 3 years of Kobe. I know he came off the Achilles injury, but they were a lottery team, and it was more than just how many points Kobe can score down the stretch of his career. I don't want to be in that scenario. So I understand the sentiment there.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to wrap up your career necessarily with a team that winds up in the lottery. But I'll tell you what, Kobe Bryant was still, even post-surgery, playing at an unbelievably high level. Mm-hmm. And he gave us memorable moments, whether we were in the lottery or not, gave us memorable moments every single year, including his very final game, which is one of the greatest sporting events I have ever attended. So I do understand the sentiment. I wish Kobe wasn't pulled into that quote.
Yeah, I could definitely see that, especially, being in LA and being Lakers fans. I can certainly understand it. But I understand the premise.
Yeah, I
of
understand the
statement,
premise, right? Now, Steph could ultimately, I guess, go somewhere else and play. I think that would be – I'd like to see him finish his career with Golden State.
I would, too. And, look, I am a Warriors fan. I grew up in the Bay Area. Have always been one. And there is a part of me that wants to see him finish his career there because he is very much the franchise. I mean, I think at this point you can say that Steph Curry is the greatest Warrior,
no question,
of all time.
Yeah.
There's a part of me, like the business of basketball side of me, looks at it and says, "Look, this team at best is a play-in team. The run essentially is over. They've already moved on from Klay Thompson. There have been rumblings that maybe they move on from Draymond Green. The run essentially is over. So why not maybe think about moving him, getting some pieces back, and doing a full rebuild, and also maybe giving him the chance to pursue one last championship before he retires." So I am, as a fan, sort of split emotionally.
Yeah,
on this.
Bergman, you pointed out today, and I think it's valid, that this has been your take on LeBron all along, is that you want to accelerate through the closing of the LeBron era and get to what's next as quick as possible. You would have, I think, pulled the plug on the LeBron experience a year ago.
Yeah, in the summer last year. But it's a very much the same thing as what's happening with Steph. Now, the Lakers are the Lakers, and they've somehow figured out how to get Luka Doncic, and that changed everything.
Magic trick.
It was exactly. I don't feel like that's going to happen in Golden State because they're not that type of franchise. But if that could happen, then you would stick around with Steph, obviously. But otherwise, Yeah, it's the smarter move to do that. It's let the guy go have another shot at a championship, go help somewhere else, help his career moving forward. You don't have to stay in one spot. Most stars don't.
What's interesting is Steph at one point, and this was weeks before the Butler trade, said, I don't want the organization to do something that is going to hinder itself, I'm paraphrasing, down the road. In other words, I don't want them to move all the good stuff right now because then after I leave, they're going to go into a ditch. Meanwhile, Steve Kerr said, no, we want to bring in help. They really believe that they can do something. And I'll tell you, the one thing that they didn't give up in that trade for Jimmy Butler is they didn't really give up their young. They didn't give up Kuminga. They didn't give up Pajemski. They were able to hang on to their younger guys. Yeah. So they're kind of doing two things at once. I actually think it's a really smart move. I don't think it's going to work. I think. I mean, I don't think that team is any threat to win a championship, but they'll be entertaining.
Yeah, and I think that's sort of where it is right now, right? And, like, Steph is not what he once was, but he's still good enough to give you those moments every so often. I would ask you, though, Greg, because it seems like, and maybe it's because he didn't play his whole career here, or maybe it's because the Lakers have had so many stars. Like, I don't sense the same emotional connection to LeBron that Warriors fans have with Steph, because he really pulled that franchise up out of, being nothing to where it was for a good 8-10 years.
They are not the same in any sense.
In that sense, not at all.
I think most people fully love Kobe and what Kobe brought to him. He was a lifelong Laker and all of that. There are very many people in Los Angeles, I am not one of them, that feels that LeBron is more of a mercenary, that he goes from team to team and destroys that team when he leaves. So it's a different vibe in L.A. than it is in Golden State.
Right. There's a better parallel between Steph and Kobe than there is between Steph and LeBron.
Yeah, right. And the Lakers kept Kobe longer than they maybe should have because of who he was. He's Kobe. He's a lifelong Laker. We're going to give him all this money because he's going to end his career as a Laker.
But I guess that's sort of my point, though, is that I feel like it's easier to say, hey, man, we should move on from LeBron and trade him because there's not that same level of emotional attachment that Warriors fans have with Steph.
Yeah. Yeah, so but you're okay with it. That's where I'm kind of feeling.
Okay is maybe not the right word. It's understanding of it. Like it would
if he left, you'd be like, I get it.
I get it. Like, it would hurt. Like, look, trust me. When they traded Tim Hardaway, I had a poster up for a full year. Like, I couldn't let that go. Right? So, like, I'm still getting used to Klay Thompson in a Mavericks jersey. So, Steph in a different jersey would absolutely hurt my soul, but I would understand the reasons behind it.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Coming up next for you, here's what I want to do. Have we played everybody? No, we haven't played your song.
No, not yet.
Yeah, your song for Valentine's Day. Also, let's do this, okay? You ready? Do you know the station The Coast?
Yes.
Okay. So at nighttime, they do a thing called Love Songs on the Coast. Everybody's heard that probably. So here's what I want to do is we've been playing our relationship songs throughout the show. If you would like to send a Valentine's Day message to your significant, call in right now, 877-710-ESPN. You can tell a little story. Then we're going to play your song for a few seconds, for 30 seconds. We'll do it. But we'll make it like Love Songs on the Coast. I think this is going to work. It's Valentine's Day. 877-710-ESPN. 877-710-ESPN. What's that, Bergman?
No, I wasn't saying it.
Oh, I thought you were
I moved the microphone.
Oh, got it. Okay. Just keep an eye out. So we'll do that. 877-710-ESPN. Also, the 104-year-old woman who just got sent to jail. It's coming up. Mason, Ireland, 710-ESPN.
The Battle of Los Angeles belongs to the Trojans.
The Trojans, bruised, battered, but still standing. They take down #1 UCLA at home.
The #6 USC Trojans knock off the #1 UCLA Bruins for their first loss of the season. Led by 38 big points from JuJu Watkins.
Watkins the steal. Left wing, a Euro to the cup. Lays it in.
And you heard it all here on the home of the Trojans. 710 ESPN.
Is it time to downsize? Selling your home doesn't have to be a hassle. With Seller's Advantage, you can skip the agents, the commissions, and the costly repairs. By the time you pay for repairs and agent fees, you could have already sold your home for a fair competitive price without the worry of the deal falling through. Here's what Chris Chavez, a real Seller's Advantage customer, had to say, quote, Seller's Advantage was definitely the best company I've worked with. They offered me more than I expected, and the whole process was great. They were helpful, always answered the phone, and willing to help. I can't say enough about the experience. Much better than going through a realtor, end quote. Get your free no-obligation cash offer. Call Seller's Advantage at 888-390-AS-IS. 888-390-AS-IS. That's 888-390-2747 or visit sellersadvantage.com.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Hey guys, it's Cap. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt, one of Southern California's largest public adjuster firms. Avner Gatt knows how to fight back when your insurance company makes you feel like a criminal, leaving you with no hope of getting into your home and getting it all back together. With decades of experience and a passion for helping people, Avner and his family take the call themselves. So whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is, you call Avner Gatt today at 818-917-5256 or you go to avnergatt.com. It's 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. You call, Avner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game. avnergatt.com.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Billy, your gas light's on. We need to stop and fill up.
No way, Jen. Gas around here is too expensive. We can make it a little further.
Billy, listen to your big sister. You don't need to drive all over searching for the lowest gas prices. Do what I do and use Upside.
Upside?
Do you live under a rock, Billy? Upside is the hottest cashback app out there. It's free to download, and you get real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. I use it all the time, and I've already made around $200.
You can make that kind of cash back just for buying the gas you have to buy anyway?
Yes, I'm looking at the Upside app now, and there's a gas station at the next exit offering 25 cents per gallon cash back.
Okay, I'm stopping to download Upside and fill up my tank. Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code GO to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code GO for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code GO for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Mason in Ireland on 710.
I've got to be honest. I have no idea how you do it.
I'm not sure how I do it.
I would not. Would not be my scene.
More of Mason in Ireland right now.
Love is in the air. It's Valentine's Day. This is your song.
Yes, my wife Jessie and I. Yeah.
What's the song?
New Edition. Can You Stand the Rain?
Right.
Kinda
How did this
old school.
wind up being your song?
It turned out to be a thing we had in common, that we just both really loved this song, and it just, I don't know, it feels good.
Nice.
It feels nice.
Nice. Yeah, everybody's got a song.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing right now. It's Valentine's Day, and of course, this weekend you got your All-Star game.
All-Star games.
Mac McClung going for the three-peat. There's really not. Don't besmirch Mac McClung. So I thought we'd do little love songs on the coast. So Karen Sharp is the host of Love Songs on the Coast on 103.5. That's the station that just plays all Christmas music from about Halloween till the first of the year. And so she takes requests. And there's a little love message beforehand. So I thought we would, in the spirit of Valentine's Day, do the same thing. So let's go to Greg. Greg, you're on Love Songs on 710. Who would you like to dedicate your song to, Greg?
Hey, guys, I want to dedicate it to my wife, Nikki. She always lets me watch every Laker game, never gives me any issue with it, and enjoys it herself some. She's the best wife a guy could have.
Very
so
nice.
Dedicating You and I by Stevie Wonder.
All right, here it is. You and I, Stevie Wonder.
That you will be by my side.
Okay, there you go. That's that. Let's do
It was a
another
nice
one.
song, though.
Yeah, it is a nice song. It's a very nice song and sounds like a very happy couple. Let's go to Chuck in Artesia. Chuck, love songs on 710. Who would you like to dedicate a song to?
I'd like to dedicate this song to Christy Acosta.
Anything about her you want to mention?
I would like to say I would just like to thank her for putting up with me all these years, and I really appreciate all she does for us.
Chuck, what song would you like to hear for Christy?
Let's Get Married. Meet Me at the Altar by I don't know. I forgot the
By
band.
Jagged Edge. Jagged Edge. All right, here's your song for you and Christy. Thanks, man. Okay.
That song's a jam, though.
Yeah, it is a jam. Let's go to Brenda. Brenda in Murrieta. Brenda, love songs on 710. Who would you like to dedicate a song to, Brenda?
I want to dedicate to my husband, David. We celebrated our 10-year wedding anniversary this past November. Our first date was a Laker playoff game in 2010, and we've been going to sporting events ever since.
That's very nice. And what song would you like to dedicate?
Al Green, Let's Stay Together.
Ah, the Reverend Al Green. Hit it, Brian.
I'm so in love with you.
I hate to do that thing to this song because it's such a good jam. Do you realize
Can't take that away.
little nugget about Al Green? First event ever at Galen Center was an Al Green concert.
Really?
Yeah, that's how they opened Galen Center. And now, as we've been doing...
Oh,
sorry,
such
had
a
to.
good song.
Had to. Yeah, it is a great song. It's a good jam. All right, last one. Let's go to Amy Martin. Amy, you are on Love Songs on 710. Hi, Amy.
Hi, how are you?
Great. Now, I guess
I would like
we know
to
your son.
dedicate-
Hang on a second, Amy. We know your son, right?
You do. His name's Jonathan Martin. We call him John. He works there with you all.
And he does a great job. We are excited to have him here. Did he know? Hang on a second. Here's Jonathan. What do you want to say to your mom, Jonathan?
Hey, Mom. How you doing? How you doing, Mom?
I'm doing well. You better be doing a good job there. You know how I am.
Yeah, I'm trying.
He's doing a good job. Don't worry, Amy. Who would you like to dedicate a song to?
I would like to dedicate Complete to Jonathan's father, Errol Martin. I've been married to him going on 33 years.
Wow.
He is the most marvelous husband in the world, and he gave me my beautiful son. So this is to Errol Martin.
All right, hit it, Brian.
I just want a little bit of FaceTime. Made mistakes, you took it as a bad sign. Let's just run it back.
Hey, Amy, thanks for calling.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
Okay. Now, here we go. Okay. Nothing says love like a big record scratch.
That was really sweet, though. That was really nice. Jonathan, who is one of our great social
he does
guys,
a great job.
does a fantastic job.
Jonathan played basketball, I guess, with Mike, a guy I know at the gym I go to, at Tighter U. That's how I found out who Jonathan. And Jonathan was in Ohio for a while. He came here from Ohio at some point, but I think he's from out here.
Yeah, he's from out here, then out of Inglewood with his mom. But his mom was saying that Amy was from Flint, Michigan originally, came out here, and now they're out here, and he's doing a fantastic job for us.
He's doing a great job. Way to go, Jonathan.
That was really nice of that. I love hearing Mom.
That was nice. I love that. It's all about love. All right. Are you romantic?
Probably not as much as my wife thinks I should be.
Yeah?
Yeah. I try. I don't think it's my strongest suit necessarily.
Yeah. I am not romantic. This will come as a surprise to no one. I'm not.
You used ChatGPT last year,
right? I'm not particularly romantic. I get it. I mean, I do the dance steps. I know what romance is. My heart isn't always completely in it, but I love Juan. Love Juan.
See?
He's the best.
And that's the important part.
Yeah,
it
exactly.
is.
It's the other 364 days I'm good at. It's one day.
Just being there.
This one, I don't necessarily. I will not get gifts. He will not get gifts from me.
It's probably the better way to do it. You should be giving gifts all year round, not just on this one specific day that is a made-up holiday.
We only do it, the only time we ever give gifts is birthday. And let me tell you something. There is so much pressure on that one gift a year.
That seems like a lot, right?
Oh, the pressure.
That seems like a lot.
All right, coming up next for you, the 104-year-old lady who just went to jail. Got that coming up for you. In the meantime, it is Valentine's Day, a day to show love, a day to show appreciation, a day to be romantic. And while you might be focused on flowers and chocolates and jewelry and fancy dinners, here's a reminder. If you've been injured in an accident, time to show yourself some love. Don't let the stress of dealing with insurance companies ruin your Valentine's week. Call my friend Jacob. Let him take care of the whole thing. He and his team will handle everything for you. They're going to set you up with a rental car, deal with the insurance company on your behalf, get you to see a doctor, usually the same day, all without paying a penny out of pocket. Love yourself enough to make the right call. 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. 844-24-JACOB. Or remember, call jacob.com. And don't forget, if you or a loved one has been injured in any kind of lost property situation because of the fires, lawsuits have been filed against those responsible. Call Jacob for a case evaluation, or let him help you review your insurance policy and your claims and your FEMA forms and all that stuff. He'll do it completely free. Again, the number, 877-844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. Today, together, we are always LA strong. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Travis Rogers and DeMarco Farr.
Back Monday at 9 a.m. after Clinton and Friends.
Luka has a chance to be the #1 guy in the world, or at least in America. To be the guy for the Los Angeles Lakers?
Big job.
What's bigger than that?
Not much.
And winning championships.
Not much.
Who's more famous than him?
NFL players, but that's about it.
You still think the quarterback?
In this country. Internationally, probably not.
If Luka is winning championships and the Lakers are back to their dominant, excellent self, like I'm talking back to the old school days when they're running off 10 in a row ugly stuff.
Yep.
And Luka is at the forefront.
Yep.
Am I getting too far to
NFL.
say Luka could actually challenge that?
I think he would be on the short list.
That guy, that talent, the way he plays here.
I don't think it's a Luka thing. I think it's an NBA versus NFL thing. That's the only reason that I would make that argument. But I think it's close.
Weekday mornings at 9 a.m.
It's Travis and DeMarco
on 710 ESPN.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. And our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Our steamed vegetables and signature salads are made fresh for you. Our sauces are more flavorful for you. From sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Right now, get our Value Bowl combo for only $8.99. Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
This February, the Genesis Invitational heads to Torrey Pines in San Diego. Be there when moments become legendary. The roars echo through the trees, and champions rise. The Genesis Invitational welcomes the world's best golfers, including Scotty Scheffler, Rory McIlroy, Colin Morikawa, and more to Torrey Pines February 13th through 16th for the Genesis Invitational. This is where legends are made. Get your tickets today at genesisinvitational.com.
We're everyday people doing good in our community. Our kindness runs deep, just like our blood. The same blood we donate to help treat sickle cell disease, which hits Black people the hardest. Good news is, 1 in 3 Black blood donors is a match for someone struggling with sickle cell disease. Stand tall in the eyes of your community. Donate today because our blood saves lives. Visit redcrossblood.org/ourblood to make your donation.
This is a story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for university housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Mason and Ireland on LA's mega sports station.
I'm going to come out with something right here. I don't work as hard as John Ireland and have no interest in it.
Right now, more of Mason and Ireland on 710.
That's right. I'm proud of that, too. Hey! That, for some reason, I know that's Paul Young.
Wait, is this a cover, though? Or is this the original?
I think this is the original.
Oh. Why did I always felt like this was like a Robert Goulet song or something.
No, I think this is definitely Paul Young.
All right.
And as with all music here, thank you.
Ridiculous.
Okay, so 104-year-old lady goes to jail. You may ask, what did she do?
I was like, why?
Yeah. So this lady, for some reason, 104 years old, her name is Loretta. Let's see. Just Loretta. That's all I got. She's at the Avon Nursing Home in Geneseo, New York. And she always dreamed of getting tossed in the clink.
Okay.
She says she didn't do this in real life, but she always wanted to know what it was like. So she was offered a private tour of the facility where she got to see the elaborate surveillance system and booking chambers up close and personal. She appeared thrilled in photographs of the experience, particularly in a shot where she was seen reaching for a pair of shackles.
What?
Unlike other guests to the jail, she did not come against her will, and her trip included a birthday party, coffee, and cake.
So she didn't really get a jail experience.
No, but she wanted to know what it was like in the joint. You ever been in the joint?
No. I mean, I took a class field trip to Alcatraz like when I was in the 5th grade or something like that, but no. That's the closest I ever want to go.
Bergman, do you ever visit the clink?
No, I never was in the clink. I do always want to, though.
You did always want to go to... By the way, it's a great
story. At 104...
story.
I'll try it out.
Did you ever get close to getting thrown into jail?
I got into the back of a cop car once.
Really?
Yeah. Caught and had it thrown in and had taken to my car, but that's as far as I've gone.
Yeah.
Oh, you got escorted back to your own car?
Yeah, escorted back to my own car. Oh, also got pulled over and had you had to put the hands on the car.
Oh, you had to do all that? Oh,
yeah.
wow. Yeah, I never had any of that.
That was 2 separate occasions.
You're trouble.
Yeah. Well, the early 20s. That's just.
I almost got arrested. Came very close. When I was at Bowling Green, we decided that we were going to play football on the field at Ohio State's home football stadium.
The Horseshoe.
The Horseshoe. So we climbed this fence. It was like a metal grate, black metal grate. So we're climbing over the fence, and somehow the metal grate gets stuck in my pants. And so when I jump down, my pants get split wide open on the metal grate.
No.
But we were drunk, and that did not stop us from playing football at the Horseshoe. And ultimately, we were apprehended and released on good behavior, apparently.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was as close as I ever got.
Wow.
To jail.
Yeah, no, I stayed away. Like my father worked in law enforcement.
Did he?
So
was he a police officer?
He was a probation officer. So he worked in law enforcement. Also, I grew up in the same town my parents grew up in.
Okay.
So they sort of knew everybody, or everybody knew them. You know, it's like they knew my parents, or they knew like an aunt or an uncle. Like, it just was too hard for me to get in trouble because like I was sort of a known, like I wasn't famous or well known, but everybody was too interconnected in my hometown.
That's
so
nice.
It kind of kept me out of trouble.
Yeah, hometowns aren't like that anymore.
Yeah.
No, towns aren't like that anymore.
No.
A small town. Well, is it a small town?
It's smallish, a suburb.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
you know what's sad? I just did a little promo that's going to run on the air, and I made fun of people who watch the All-Star Game and the Slam Dunk Contest.
Oh, I can't wait. Can we play it? Oh, no, it's not.
It's not edited.
And you know what? I'm probably going to be one of the people that does.
You're actually going to watch?
I will turn it on.
You just want to see Mac McClung.
No, I am a big Mac McClung fan. No, but the truth is, I just want to have something to talk about on Monday.
Also, legitimately, there's nothing else really on
There
sporting
is
wise.
Nothing.
No, there are no
nothing.
events.
I think today there's no basketball, no football, no hockey, no baseball.
This is like the opposite of the day where everything's going on. Like sometime in October where all 4 sports are going. Right now, no sports are going.
The only thing I can think of is college basketball. Like the UCLA is playing Indiana in Indiana at 5 o'clock. That's the only thing I know.
But I mean, college basketball, like it has a little bit of buzz. Like it's just starting to build, but it just doesn't have a lot of buzz.
It's not even March yet. They haven't, like once they start getting to the conference tourneys, maybe. But no one's watching these things except if you are a fan of that team.
So I mentioned bowling earlier on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Radio Michael Fan has created a list. Apparently, this is a running list.
Everything he does is a running list.
It says things Mace is good at. Then it has X's next to everything.
Is there anything that
things
has a check?
Mace is good at? Driving. Now, I fully acknowledge I'm a terrible driver.
You are awful.
Bowling. I did mention I got injured while bowling. Cartwheeling, which I dispute. I thought the cartwheel was actually pretty solid.
That was a bad cartwheel. Can you cartwheel, Marcus?
I believe so. I haven't.
It's pretty old school.
I haven't attempted it in years.
Oh, well,
You know who was
neither had
really
I.
good?
Andy Kamenetsky.
Andy Kamenetsky was great.
Oh yeah,
at
he
it.
was like Simone Biles on that
He
thing.
was. He like jumped at the end too. Like, he landed it, arms straight out.
Exactly. No, he stuck the landing.
Yeah.
Basketball. Now,
yeah, you're bad.
It's true. Although I was at the end of my bench of my high school team.
Good for
The end
you.
of the bench.
End of the bench. Jumping over a table. Well, where did I jump over a table? I jumped over a bar.
Maybe that's what he meant.
It also feels like, I mean, how many people are really good at jumping over tables?
It's hard.
It feels like not a thing that it's not a thing you do.
Yeah, it was a bar that I tried to jump over, which turned into a disaster. Swimming. I lose one swimming match with Ireland, and now I'm bad at swimming.
I mean, yeah.
Okay, I definitely dispute this one. Triple jump. I did the triple jump when I was in high school, and I was a pretty good triple jumper.
Okay. I mean, I don't know.
I
don't have any
can't
reference.
really dispute that.
It's a very weird event. It's a hop, a skip, and a jump, but I was really good at it. I went a long way.
Show us.
A hop, a skip, and a jump? No, it's not enough space here. Staying for a full game. Yes, I'm not good at that.
Well, you admit that.
I fully admit
Well,
that.
you don't stay for full games?
No, my goal is to, when I go to a Lakers game, I like to be there for the first half.
Mm-hmm.
Then I like to hop in the car, get home, be in the massage chair with the Bluetooth speakers on, locked into the game, watching the second half.
Huh.
So I'm getting best of both worlds is the way I view it.
All right.
Pie eating. Now, I did pretty well in that pie eating contest. I wasn't far behind you.
No, you weren't far behind, but I also gave you like a 10-second head start and then went.
Softball.
Yeah, bad.
One bad incident.
I think all the other incidents were bad, too.
I almost went yard in that game last year. I swear to God, I almost went yard.
Close. You got close.
I did get close.
You flied out, but
I
you
did
got
fly
close.
out, but it went deep. Twerking. Now I won the twerk off. Right? We did a twerk off, and I won that thing.
I think we all lost that.
Well, no, I was a big loser there too. Even the winner was a loser.
You and Cappy together. That's everybody that watched lost.
Pathetic. Well, thank you, Radio Michael Fan. Last thing I wanted to get to here is I have got a list of the athletes who made the most money when you add up their salary and endorsements for 2024. So I want you guys to take a shot. I've got the 10 highest paid. Actually, I got a longer list, but we'll do the top 10 highest paid athletes when it's salary plus endorsements.
Current.
Yes, for 2024.
So LeBron.
LeBron is
not on the list.
I see.
Number 5. He's number 5. Sorry, I missed it.
I say I wouldn't think so. I'm going to guess. Cristiano Ronaldo
is number 1. He makes $215 in salary and $45 million in endorsements.
Like I felt like we have to go a few spots down to get to an American athlete, right?
No, number 2 is an American athlete.
American athlete. So of the 4 major sports, he's a 4 major sports.
Yes, he is.
Shohei.
Oh, that's a good. Well, does it count because he only makes $2 million?
That's right. He's true. He didn't make that much this year.
He's number 21, $2.5 million in salary and $70 million in endorsements.
So if he had his actual, it would be 140.
Correct.
Right.
Which would put him somewhere up there.
Exactly.
Is it baseball?
It's a basketball guy that's number 2.
Number 2 is Steph.
Yeah, Steph.
Oh wow.
A lot of endorsements for him.
$53 million in salary and $100 million in endorsements.
A lot of endorsements for Steph.
There is a boxer on this list at number 3.
This is like Jake Paul or something.
No, it's Tyson Fury.
I would never get
Michael
that.
would have gotten it.
Yeah.
$140 million in salary or winnings and $7 million in endorsements. So that puts him at $147 million. Another soccer guy.
So
Lionel Messi.
Lionel Messi is number 4. LeBron is number 5. Another soccer guy at number 6.
Mbappe?
No. Mbappe's number 9.
Okay. Neymar, maybe?
Neymar's number 6, yes.
Okay.
This guy I never heard of. Actually, I haven't heard
Well, are they F1 drivers? Are they?
Who's Alexander Usyk? Oh, he's boxer.
Boxer, no idea.
120 million in winnings and 2 million in endorsements. Who is Karim Benzema?
Soccer player.
Soccer player.
Benzema. Yeah.
He's number 8. Makes 108 million in salary and 8 million in endorsements. Number 9's Mbappe. Number 10's a golfer.
Scheffler?
Scheffler's number 11. There's a golfer ahead of him.
Can't still be Tiger, can it?
No, John Rahm. John Rahm.
Okay.
85 million in winnings, 20 million in endorsements. So the top 10, Ronaldo, Steph, Tyson Fury, Lionel Messi, LeBron, Neymar, Alexander Usyk, Karim Benzema, Kylian Mbappe, and John Rahm.
So the boxers basically just it's the money they make fighting.
Yeah, they're not getting
They're not
endorsement money.
endorsements.
No,
Yeah.
just the purses. And I don't think they include Jake Paul in here because he's not a real athlete.
Yeah, 'cause it's fake.
Totally fake athlete. All right, it's Game of Games time. And, Brian, it's your game today?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. We will do some Game of Games coming up next for you. Who's coming up after us, Bergman?
It's Sedano, Beto, and Clinton.
Nice. Big show. All right. That's coming up next for you right after Game of Games. Mason in Ireland, Marcus in for John 710 ESPN.
The Luka era is on for the purple and gold.
And the NBA has never seen anything like this.
Rebound, Luka. Length of the court pass, LeBron. Lay it up and in.
Luka and LeBron, two of the greatest, are now together, and it's looking unstoppable.
I can't believe that we just had an assist, LeBron James to Luka Doncic, and it wasn't in the All-Star game.
Yeah. Catch the dynamic duo as they dominate and make history in real time, right here on the home of Luka, LeBron, and the Lakers.
710 ESPN.
Real love begins with self-love. So, yeah. Hello, Sage Spa. Book my massage for Tuesday morning. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Get a classic car Bluetooth speaker when you earn 500 points on your rewards card, the 18th.
Number 2.
Shy and Montel Jordan, live February 15th. Get tickets now.
And the number 1 reason.
President's Day freebie. Rewards members get an American flag trucker hat free, the 17th.
Morongo, good times.
You never expect a Hail Mary pass to win and end the game or getting into an accident. Hey, it's Trav with DeMarco.
Only one all-star defense team you can call to defend you. The personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000.
Don't get sacked by others. Joseph will help you achieve the maximum compensation you deserve. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let Joseph and his team score a touchdown for you.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Sedano and Cap.
Next at 3 p.m. after Mason and Ireland.
You were doing the game.
And I shouted out ESPN LA.
So wait, I'm on a flight.
Right.
I'm watching it. And they come over to George. They say, let's go over to George, And George says, hey, guys, LA is super stoked on Luka. I do a daily talk radio show here on ESPN LA 710.
Yeah.
And you said, the fans are, I'm trying to remember how you phrased it, but
over the moon or something like that.
It was a
overjoyed.
Whatever it was.
Whatever it was.
And I texted him good report.
Yeah.
You're inches.
I almost said it.
Inches.
Almost said
from
Sedano
saying,
and Cap.
My show every day on ESPN LA, Sedano and Cap. You chose
I should have just kept going.
You
I
chose not to mention the name of the show.
I should have just kept going.
I mean, it was gratuitous enough to mention the radio station, which I love.
At that point, right.
Let it go, bro.
Yeah.
Let it go.
The LA Afternoon Takeover. That's Sedano and Cap.
On 710 ESPN. 710 ESPN.
And it is time for Game of Games on the #1 sports radio show in LA, Mason and Ireland. Game of Games. Game of Games presented by CallJacob.com.
Call Jacob.
Everyone loves a fighter, but in this town, winning matters, especially after an accident. So remember, anyone can fight, but CallJacob.com is here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to CallJacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. We got the jingle.
Call Jacob.
Thank you. Game of Games time. Take it away, Mace.
All right, here we go. It is Game of Games time. Marcus Grant is in for John today, so he's playing along. Bergman's playing, and is that DeAndre over there?
It is DeAndre.
DeAndre's playing. It is Brian's game today. Brian, what do you got rolling?
Of course, we got a game of love today. Valentine's Day, so of course, a little game of love. All right, so some true or false, some this or that, and a couple buzz-ins.
All right.
Multiple choice. So this first one, true or false. Cupid is the Roman god of love. His parents are Venus, the goddess of love, and Vulcan, god of fire.
Mason.
True.
Marcus.
False.
I'm going to say true. DeAndre.
True.
It is false.
Oh, Marcus gets it out.
His dad is the Mars god of war.
Oh, that's right. Did you know that, or are you just saying false?
I don't know. Something about it just didn't feel right.
Okay. Your
Vibe.
instincts
It was
were correct.
All vibes check,
Number 2, Lovapalooza is a Valentine's Day kissing fest that has broken the world record for multiple times for the most couples kissing at the same time. It takes place in which country? The Philippines, Japan, or France?
Marcus.
I'm going to say Japan.
I'm going to say the Philippines. DeAndre.
I'm going to say France.
Mace.
I'm going to go France.
It is the Philippines.
Oh, Bergman takes the point. Do they celebrate Valentine's Day worldwide, or is it just an American thing?
That's worldwide.
Okay.
Worldwide.
All right.
And good question for this next one here.
Oh, okay, good.
Unlike most countries where Valentine's Day is only celebrated February 14th, which country has a tradition of celebrating love-related holidays every 14th of every month?
Oh, interesting.
Is it Iceland, South Korea, or Brazil?
Iceland, South Korea, or Brazil. That's me. I'm going to go Iceland. DeAndre.
I'm going Brazil.
Mason.
Iceland.
Marcus.
I'm also going to say Iceland.
South Korea, so nobody on
Nobody
that.
got it.
Okay. They love love.
That's a nice tradition. Yeah, on the 14th, sure.
All right, this one,
March
name is
14th
your buzzer.
is the best, by the way. Just look it up. Good.
Just look it up, okay.
Name is your buzzer here.
Yep.
The song, I Will Always Love You.
Mason. Dolly Parton.
Wow, you didn't even hear the question. That's right.
I should have known.
Yeah, Dolly Parton
It was,
wrote
yeah,
I Will
who
Always
actually
Love
wrote
You.
it. Nice.
She says she put all of her nieces and nephews through college when Whitney Houston recorded that
sure
song.
she did.
I just thought that was Whitney Houston.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Dolly
Me
Parton.
too.
Dolly Parton,
made
yeah.
This game. All right, so multiple choice here. How many heart-shaped boxes of chocolate are sold each year? 35 million, 70 million, 140 million.
DeAndre.
What was the second one?
70.
I'll do 70, yeah.
Mason.
I'll do 140.
Marcus.
I'll do 140.
I'm doing 140 also.
Nobody again. 35 million.
35 million.
Yeah, not too much.
Super overrated gift.
It is. Nobody actually wants that.
Yeah, no. I don't want chocolate. I mean, yeah. No, I don't want chocolate in my house.
It's delicious.
It is delicious, but I'm trying to. I'm still trying to be lean for my birthday party.
Nice. All right, here's another name as your buzzer. I'm looking for 2 of 3 possible answers. So name 2 of the 3 romantic comedies that Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore.
Oh.
50 First Dates.
Yeah.
That's one.
And Wedding Singer.
Correct.
Oh, there's another one. Blended.
That is correct.
Yeah, all right, there you have it.
Mason got it.
Boy, I'm good at these buzzing ones.
Multiple choice here.
Okay.
What fruit was once known as the love apple? Is it the pomegranate, the dragon fruit, or the tomato?
Mason.
Dragon fruit.
Marcus.
Tomato.
Yeah, tomato. DeAndre.
I want dragon fruit.
It is tomato.
Yeah.
It is tomato.
It looks like a heart.
Yeah, I guess it does. You're right.
All right, so Mace 2, Marcus 2, Greg 2, DeAndre 0.
DeAndre.
Wow. You
know nothing about love.
I guess not. What do you know about love? We're on the way to the Hawkins, by the way.
Right,
if you go winless, yeah.
How many are
the
left?
Hawkins.
3 left.
3 left.
Let's
There
do
you go.
Okay, this one is this or that here. According to IMDb Best Romantic Movies of All Time, which movie ranks higher? The Notebook or Avatar?
What? Marcus.
Notebook or Avatar?
I'm going to say Avatar.
Just because it's on
just
there.
Because.
I'm going Avatar also just because of that. DeAndre.
I'm going to go Notebook.
And Mace.
I mean, it should be the Notebook.
It should, right?
So I'm going to say Avatar.
DeAndre should have gone Avatar. It is
It's
Avatar.
It's just the way
Why
you
is
asked
that
Nice
a
job,
romantic
DeAndre.
movie?
Nice job.
Yes. But just the way he asked it, it's just.
It's like, it's got to be Avatar, right?
Yeah, right. Because I'm sure the Notebook ranks really high, man.
All right,
People
2
love the
away.
Notebook.
DeAndre, 2 away
DeAndre.
from the Hawkins
All right, here we go.
on love.
Another this is that. So according to Billboard's all-time top 50 love songs, which song ranks higher? How deep is your love, the Bee Gees, or I'll make love to you, Boys the Men?
God, that's such a good song. Which one ranks higher?
Yes.
I'm gonna go the Bee Gees, even though it shouldn't. We're gonna go Mace.
I'm going to go Bee Gees also.
Marcus.
I'm going to say Boys to Men. I'll make love
DeAndre.
to you. I'm going Bee Gees.
It is Boys the Men.
Oh, you're still alive! Oh, Marcus takes the lead.
By the way, it's more exciting that he's losing than they're winning.
One more, DeAndre.
One more,
Let's go. One more,
Let's go.
DeAndre.
This is stuff of legends right here.
Last one here. How many Americans will buy gifts for their dog on Valentine's Day? 8 million, 2 million, 500,000.
Marcus.
2 million.
Mace.
2 million. Oh, wait.
No,
Do I have to go
you
different?
have to go different.
Okay, so it's 8, 2, or 500,000. I will go 8.
I will go. He said 8 also.
Oh, no,
I
you
said
didn't.
2.
You
I said 2.
Oh,
I said
I'll
2.
go 500,000. DeAndre. You go whatever you want, but you got to get it wrong.
Got to get it wrong.
You got a 1 in 3 shot.
I'm going 8 million.
Damn, it is 8 million.
DeAndre! Come on, man!
So disappointing.
Stays the Romo forever.
Oh, my goodness.
Great.
What is, by the way, there is a game. Did somebody win it?
No, it's tied. Marcus 4, because Mace got that. Marcus 4, Mace 4. I'm out, and DeAndre's out.
Okay, so tied.
What a
Right.
waste, DeAndre.
Damn it.
Okay, got to write this down.
Okay.
So you got a pen?
I don't. I need a pen.
I'll write it down,
Okay.
and then I'll throw you a pen.
All right, go for it.
All right, here we go. Tiebreaker. According to the National Retail Federation, how much are consumers expected to spend on Valentine's Day 2025? So how much are consumers expected to spend this Valentine's Day?
Okay.
It includes gifts, going out to eat, jewelry, events, just total. How much is people spending on this day?
Okay. I got it. Got it?
Yep.
Got something,
What'd you say?
Marcus?
14 million.
900 million.
$27 billion.
Oh, $27 billion.
Valentine's Day.
Wow.
Billion.
You were only 26.9.
I was way off.
Just missed.
I
7.6
missed it by that
billion
much.
off.
I think where it goes is the going out to eat and all that stuff. And,
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Dinner.
yeah.
All that
dinner
stuff.
with the gifts, yes.
Right.
Mace, by the way, Mace.
Yeah.
That is now, I think, 3 this month. You are now in the 3. I have 2. Cappy has 2. Brian has 1. Ireland has 1. And Andy has 1.
Nice.
Mason with the lead.
My month.
It is my month. So, what is the most romantic movie ever made? What's like a romantic movie?
When Harry Met Sally.
Yeah. It is.
Titanic.
I mean, at the end when they go to the party and he's that.
Yeah.
The Notebook is one of them.
It's really romantic.
Casablanca.
Oh, that's
it's
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Titanic was number 1 on the list of
Was
IMDb's.
it? Oh,
yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Makes sense.
9.5 weeks. Anyone?
9.5 weeks? I don't know that movie.
You don't know that movie?
I don't think it's a
romantic get that movie tonight for you and Gene.
You say it's not a romantic movie?
I mean, I guess it is. Maybe I'm thinking of something else.
No, you're thinking of the right thing.
It's
like a sex movie.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think it's
movie.
I say romantic. I don't think is the word
You know
I would
what?
use.
You know
for
what's
that
a really
movie.
romantic movie? Greg, you and Gene should watch 50 Shades of Grey tonight.
I got a child in the house. There's a 13-year-old that's going to be in the house. We ain't watching that.
All right. Coming up next is some super crosstalk. We will be joined by Shadano, by the Big CY, and by Beto Duran. Next, Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
The City of Stars has a new superstar.
Luka Doncic joining forces with the Los Angeles Lakers is a seismic event in NBA history.
The home of Luka and the Lakers is 710 ESPN.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. Our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Right now, get our Value Bowl combo for only $8.99. Waba Grill. It's for you.
Hey, John Ireland here. Is it time to downsize? With Seller's Advantage, skip agents and costly repairs. Get a fair, competitive cash offer without worrying about deals falling through. Chris Chavez, a real customer, says, Seller's Advantage offered me more than I expected. The process was fast, easy, and much better than using a realtor. Call 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com for your free cash offer.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
DRE number 01961658.
Hey, it's Steve Farr. Is there a sporting event you always wanted to go to but never had time to plan? That's where Absolute Sport comes in. They handle everything, tickets, hotels, VIP access, so you can just live in the moment and enjoy the experience. And because of their trusted league and travel partnerships, they can get you the best deals and actually save you money. So what are you waiting for? Visit us.absolute-sport.com. That's ABSOLUT-sport and make your sports dream a reality.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk.
Are we ready for Sedano and Cap to join Mason and Ireland?
Super Crosstalk begins. Super Crosstalk. Presented by Coors Light. Coors Light. Made to chill.
It's time for Super Crosstalk.
Love Boat. There's a reasonable facsimile of Love Boat. Beto Duran is here, live from Beto's house. Beto, what's the latest?
No, I'm live from the hotel in Anaheim across from the Honda Center. I'm working a fight this weekend.
Oh, nice.
I just got done with the weigh-ins, and I wouldn't have made it back in time. For
Well,
weekend,
we're glad you're here.
Yeah, was it? Where's Sedano? Where's Yates, man? That's
You
my
know,
people.
they'll roll
that's
around.
the Ireland rule. I got to leave.
Yeah, they'll roll around. So, Beto, are you a romantic guy? It's Valentine's Day.
Mace, I've known you 20 years. What do you think?
No, I think no.
You guys were talking about like those romantic movies. I have no idea. I've never watched any of those.
You never watch a romantic movie?
Really? Like not even on accident?
So we talked about this the other day with Travis and DeMarco, and Emily was bringing it up. I'm like, I've never watched Harry Met Sally. I have no desire. I don't know what 9.5 weeks is you guys are talking about.
Oh, you should watch 9.5 weeks.
If you recommend it, I'm pretty sure I don't want to watch it. But no, I'm like, for me, like romance movies, I mean, like 16 Candles, is that a romantic movie?
Not You know what it is? Say Anything. Do you ever see the movie Say Anything? That's a good one.
I just know that's the one where he held up the speaker.
The boombox,
Holds up the boombox and plays Peter Gabriel. That was great.
Yeah. By the way, Love on the Coast. Very nice, man.
Was that? It was good, huh? Karen Sharp is in trouble.
I like Martin's mom calling in. That was cool, man. We need more moments like that.
Very cool. Very cool. So, Beto, are you participating or watching any of the All-Star Weekend festivities?
Absolutely, because Prize Picks has a bunch of stuff going on.
Oh, see, that makes a difference.
There it is.
Yeah. If there was no Prize Picks, I wouldn't be watching it. The dunk contest is whatever. I know you love Mac McClung.
Mac McClung, three-peat.
Yeah. The shooting part, honestly, now that I do the Lakers pre and post, anything to get me away from basketball for a few days, I'm loving it.
Right.
Because it's a grind. You've done that show.
I have done that show. It's a hard. I only did it for 1 year. I did it in 2010. It was a great year to do it. Yeah. But I didn't last longer than a year. It's me and Coach Dave Miller every game, which was rough. Now I hear you doing. I think you're killing it right now.
Yeah, it's because of Michael. Michael's awesome to work with.
Michael is funny, and you bring out the funny in Michael. Which is good. Which is
good.
What
up, Marcus? I haven't seen you in a while.
What's going on, man? I know it's been a minute. I think the last time I saw you was probably right around the World Series, maybe.
Yeah, that might have been it.
Yeah,
that might have been it.
So where is everybody? I'm trying to figure out. Nobody's here. So is CY on the road and Shadano's on the road?
I mean, I'm here.
It's gonna be a fun 3 hours.
It sounded like Michael Funches. I'm here.
Enjoy that 3 hours.
Yeah, it's Sedano. I mean, who knows where he's at because he's doing so many games.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, he's at All-Star. He's at the All-Star weekend.
Is he doing something at the All-Star game? He's doing the radio.
He's doing. I'm sorry to step on you. He's doing the sidelines for radio.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so he'll be at Mac McClung Fest.
Oh yeah, Mac McClung. Are we carrying the All-Star game on Sunday, Greg?
We are carrying all parts of the All-Star tonight with the All-Star, the celebrity game, and all the skills competition on Saturday, and the actual game on Sunday on the app.
Oh, on the app.
So wait, tonight is when we decide who the fourth team is in the round robin, right? Isn't it like whoever wins the Rising Stars?
Sure.
Plays against.
Yes. I believe that is true.
Yes, and then you'll go against the three teams that Chuck, Shaq, and Kenny picked.
Right.
An American team, an international team,
and like a rookie team. Yeah, basically. Yeah.
So let me ask Bergman, why are we carrying on the app and not on the radio?
Because we have other things to carry.
Oh, we have other things to carry.
Yeah,
okay.
we have USC women's and men's basketball.
Got it. Okay, perfect.
Ooh, there's nothing coming back to me.
Oh, you're not hearing us?
Sedano's here.
Oh, Shadano's here.
I'm here, yes.
Okay, now Beto's off the line.
Or as Funchi would say, I'm here.
I'm here. What's up, Shadano?
I'm here. I'm good. I am headed to San Francisco shortly for said All-Star Weekend that you were mentioning. Now, we are carrying Saturday and Sunday, I would imagine, on 710, right?
Nope. Okay. We are carrying it on the app.
None of it?
None of it.
What are you carrying instead? What's more important than the All-Star game?
There's USC men's and women's basketball. Our partners have games.
Yeah, our partners have games.
At the exact same time as the All-Star game?
Yeah.
There's a game tomorrow until 3:30, and there's a 3:30 to 6:30 women's basketball versus Washington on Sunday.
But till 3:30 on Saturday or Sunday?
On Saturday. Sunday, the game, it's from 3:30 to 6:30, so that's right in that spot.
Yeah.
Huh. Wow.
Well, but I'm telling you,
what's college doing? That's bad scheduling by the colleges.
But the ESPN LA app, everything is available. It's
I
crystal
get
clear,
it.
digital audio, all that stuff.
I mean, listen, it's much easier, honestly, if you're just in your car and you're using your Bluetooth. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally is. So what do you?
But you need Mace. What you need one of those. I would imagine everybody's got good data plans these days.
Oh, I think so. Yeah. Did you ever have an old person in your family say, "I don't want to run up your long distance"?
Oh my God! Yeah, back in the day,
that was like
when I was a little kid,
yeah.
I remember that. That was a thing. Yeah.
My grandmother would say, she'd start talking and she'd say, "Okay, I don't want to run up your long distance."
Yes,
and I was like, "No." There came a point where it didn't matter anymore, but she was still worried about it.
I mean, it's just like when we first got cell phones, right? You had night and weekend minutes.
Yeah,
and so basically, I can talk to you from 5:01 on Friday night till whenever Monday morning. It was free, and after that, we have to be judicious about our minutes.
So, what are you and Kelly doing for Valentine's Day? Anything, George?
Nothing. I'm flying to San Francisco.
So, do you celebrate it? Do you?
Not really. We're not really. I mean, it's kind of like Cappy and I were talking about this yesterday. Valentine's Day is kind of like New Year's Eve. It's like amateur hour. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're not going to a restaurant. I think tonight restaurants will be jammed.
We've been married for a long time now. You know what I mean? It's like
the romance is over.
Well, no, the romance is great. It just doesn't have to be on Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
totally get it. I'm really good the other 364 days.
Yeah.
We don't do gifts or anything
That
like
should
that.
actually count for more because that's a longer stretch.
Oh, yeah.
As
Yeah,
opposed to
much
just, like,
longer
you know-
stretch instead of just a day.
Yeah, you know.
How did this show come together? How did it become Beto, CY, and Stradano?
Because Cappy's taking Valentine's Day off because he's terrified of Rachel, and that's how it works.
So, but CY already did a show today, right?
Yeah, he did the big CY and Friends show.
CY and Friends. I know. I heard a little bit of it this morning. It sounds good. So he's coming back to do double duty.
Yeah.
Now, do you have the sense that a lot of people are engaged? I know you're going to be up there and all that stuff. The All-Star Game has a very bad rap. A lot of people are like, All-Star Game.
Oh, no, but I think this one is going to be fascinating. I was telling Cappy yesterday, everyone's kind of poo-pooing the way this is set up.
The round-robin thing, yeah.
Remember when we did the Elam ending? Everybody's like, oh, that's going to be crappy. And then everybody actually liked it?
Yeah.
I think this will be similar because here's the way they've set it up. Now it's funny because I actually talked to like the league people when I was in Milwaukee a couple days, like a week or so ago.
Yep.
And they were like, "Here's what we're thinking. What do you think?" They were like, they were like storyboarding this a little bit, and I said, "Well, look, I think you should have the Rising Stars team, whoever wins out of that thing, play the Team Shaq because there's 4 teams, right? There's Team Shaq, Team Chuck, Team Kenny, and the Rising Stars." So I said, because if you get the old guys like LeBron, Steph, Durant, those guys, they're going to play hard because they're not going to want to lose to those young guys. Like, there's no way. Because the whole point of this is they want them to play hard because they haven't played hard. So you're not going to let yourself get embarrassed by losing to the Rising Stars, right?
And yet the Rising Stars they're probably most focused on, they're like out to prove something.
Correct. They want to win. So that's why I told them that is the right idea, is to have Shaq's team, which is the old heads, against the Rising Stars in one semifinal. And then you have Chuck's team, which is like the international team, which those guys are going to play hard regardless because they want to prove something too. And against Kenny's team, which is like the young kind of like up-and-coming beyond Rising Star, I guess between Rising Star and like all-timer. Like he's got that kind of group of guys like with Jalen Brunson and those type of guys. So those two teams will face off against each other.
Now, are there literally 3 games on Sunday? Because it's a round
There's
robin
2 semifinals,
right?
They're till 40 each one. 2 semifinals and a final, yes.
Okay.
So you got Kenny's team versus Chuck's team, which is the internationals versus like the really good young all-stars.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got Shaq's team, which is the old heads, versus the Rising Stars. And then the winner of those two will face each other. What you really want is the international team facing off against the LeBron Shaq team.
Right.
Because you know the international guys are going to want to kick LeBron's ass. And you know LeBron is not going to let the international guys beat him. So I actually think that's the best way to get them all to play hard throughout all 3 games.
So how does this, I mean, like, do they play to a certain amount of time? Do they
40.
play to a score? Okay, they play to 40. Okay.
Each game is till 40.
Okay.
I don't know.
So I
I'm
actually
kinda
think,
interested.
could you imagine if let's say the Rising Stars get out to like a 20 to like, I don't know, like 6 lead.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden that gets really interesting, doesn't it?
Right, it does. You're right. Okay, so you're kind of luring me.
Because
a
if
little bit.
LeBron, if LeBron and Steph and Durant and those guys lose to the Rising Stars, I mean, they'll never hear the end of it.
Oh, for sure.
Right. And then even if they lose to the international guys, like I think that's something, we just went through the Olympics. Like clearly that's a thing. Like guys don't want to lose to the international teams. So I actually think this is the best way to get them to play hard, because the next thing was to give them money. And I'm like, we already do that for the play-in. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
For the NBA Cup and all of this.
But they're not doing the 3-point shooting
Oh, the NBA Cup,
thing
that's
the
what I
night
meant,
before with Sabrina Ionescu, right?
Now it's Steph and Sabrina. But the 3-point competition is still stacked. I mean, it's like Damian Lillard and a bunch of awesome guys.
It is still the one thing I think that really still draws a lot of attention. People are still interested in the 3-point shootout.
Oh, dude, because the best players play in it.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. Steph Curry has won it like 4 times. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that the 3-point competition, to me, 15? Bergman, you and I were working together doing like talk shows on Fox Sports Radio. I was telling people back then I thought the 3-point competition was better than the dunk contest.
Yeah, you've been this way forever, and this dunk contest is a mess.
Oh, Mac McClung going for the 3-peat. Come on.
I feel like after Vince Carter did his thing, like that was
Oh,
pretty much the
no.
end.
I think that like the Aaron Gordon, Zach LaVine back-to-back.
That was fun.
Those were awesome.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
Yeah, those were really good. So in this one, you've got 3-point competition. You got Damian Lillard going for a 3-peat. Nobody's done that. You've got Darius Garland from Cleveland, who's awesome. Jalen Brunson, who's a great shooter. Cade Cunningham, who's a rising star for
great.
sure.
I love
Tyler
Cade
Hero, who's a
Cunningham.
great three-point shooter. Norman Powell, who I believe may have the best percentage of anyone, and he's also won in the past. Buddy Hield and Cam Johnson. Like, that's a pretty good field.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I was not excited until George Sedano started previewing it. Now
The dunk competition, though, I'm like, whatever, man. I don't know.
Mac McClung, three-peat? No? Have we seen every single dunk? DeAndre's like rolling his eyes.
We've seen every dunk.
We've seen every dunk at
We've
this
seen
point.
them all.
Yeah.
Now it's just variations of people jumping over things. Like, that's all it is.
And people.
People jumping over people.
And
Yeah,
things.
because who do you have? You have Mac McClung, Matas Bazelis, who's the rookie from Chicago, Andre Jackson Jr., Stephon Castle could be pretty damn good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I actually, if I were looking at someone to beat Mac McClung,
Yep.
Stephon Castle would be in the conversation.
Interesting. I'm trying to.
Because I think he's going to be I actually think he's going to be a star one day. Like, I think he's going to be the second best player to Wemby. Like, I think he can be better than Fox.
Interesting. I was just reading Stephon Castle is the second pick in terms of Vegas in the slam dunk contest.
Yeah,
So maybe
I did not know that, but I think he has. You want to talk about rising star? I think that kid is going to be a stud.
Yeah. So I love that Barkley got booed nonstop last night. I thought it was very
Well,
funny.
that's what he gets for calling the place full of rats or whatever the hell he gets.
Exactly. What else do you expect?
At this point, he's leaning into it, right? Like, I mean, he's made this his whole personality, not just to dump on the Warriors, but the city of San Francisco. So at this point, he's gone full heel turn.
You know it because you're a Warriors fan, and he was always picking against them like
Always.
during their run. Like he was always saying, "Jump shooting teams don't win championships" or whatever it was he was saying back then.
Yeah. And what we talked about this earlier, but what is your least favorite American city, George? I don't think I've ever asked you this question.
Well,
Mine
I don't
is
know if
well
there's
stated.
a least favorite American city. I can tell you like my like bottom rung of NBA cities. I
Okay.
can give you that.
Yeah.
Like so like because again this is based on what I could do there. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Right.
Like so in the bottom 5, let's call it right,
Okay.
within no particular order.
Got it.
Sacramento, Milwaukee, Cleveland,
Memphis?
No, because Beale Street is not bad.
Okay.
Like, honestly, like, Beale Street is better to me than, like, the Riverwalk in San Antonio. You know what I mean? Like, once you've done the Riverwalk once, you don't really need to do it again.
it's just a dirty river that runs through the middle of the city.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just there's not a lot there. Because they live in Detroit, you have gambling right there. There's casinos, so there's that. OKC's kind of boring, too.
I would imagine OKC is a little
It's
dull.
kinda, They're really, let me tell you, though, the sweetest people
I'm
of any
sure.
of the NBA cities, Oklahoma City.
Really?
Like, the ushers, when you walk in the building, all, like, say hi to you and, like, wave and how are you doing? And they're, like, so sweet.
Well, it's kind of like a rah-rah college crowd, isn't it?
Yeah, they do that thing where they stand until they make a first basket, right? Yeah, but that's really like those bottom 5 are based on just like things I can do. You know what I mean? Like so those are the bottom 5 in NBA city. Honestly, that set off my career in a lot of ways. Like my original boss when I was working in Miami for like a Clear Channel station, an iHeart station back then, didn't want to send me. And back then I was a kid. I was in like my early 20s, and I'm like, you know what? Radio Row is where you got to be. If I want to move up in this business, I got to be on Radio Row, right?
Right.
So I was going to pay my whole way, and then I did initially, and they eventually covered my expenses. I stayed in a Roadway Inn right there by the convention center, and that's how Fox Sports Radio at the time, Andrew Ashwood, my boss in Miami was childhood friends with him. Told him, hey, my guy's going. You keep an eye on him. He did. He heard me do 15 minutes of a show. He gave me his business card. We had a drink that night, and I got hired at Fox Sports Radio.
Wow,
right there.
just like that. Yeah, great Andrew.
So
Ashford.
I have an affinity for Houston for that reason.
Okay. Yeah, I get that. It was my least favorite Super Bowl city. Nah, Jacksonville was my least favorite Super Bowl
Jacksonville's
city.
the
Oh, my
worst.
God. Jacksonville is not it. I mean,
It was
people
the
were-
next year, by the way.
Oh, was it the next year? Yeah,
it was the next year after that.
Terrible
Yeah.
Super Bowl.
And I remember because we had Paul McCartney as the halftime act after the Boobygate thing. And he was just like playing a piano. Paul McCartney's great, obviously, but it just like, I don't know. People complained about Kendrick. Go back and watch that 2005 Paul McCartney halftime, okay? I've told this story on the air a million times before, Mace. I don't know if I've told. I was sitting next to O'Shea in that Super Bowl.
At the Jacksonville Super Bowl?
Yeah. So I was there. It was Philly and New England.
Yeah.
And I was seated in an aisle. I was sitting with Craig Karmazin, and then they invited me to watch the game with them in their seats at the Super Bowl, and I was in the aisle with them in section 100, whatever. And in the next, there's the pole that separates the two aisles as people walk up and down. On the next seat over was O'Shea and Ice Cube.
Oh, wow. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
O'Shea actually gave us tickets to the 2016 Super Bowl. Does that sound right?
Okay.
With Denver and Carolina.
Oh, right.
Super Bowl 50.
Because at that point, Juan was a big Broncos fan. He's from Wyoming.
Not a big Broncos fan anymore?
He's really swung over since the Rams came back. He's all in on the Rams. He still follows the Broncos, but he's all in on the Rams.
Yeah.
Hey,
it was a good year to be in on the Broncos this year.
It was. They're turning it around. All right, so I see the big CY out there, the star of Clinton Yates and Friends.
Hey, by the way,
yeah,
can we give Greg Bergman some credit? Greg Bergman is doing a kick-ass job right now.
I totally agree with you.
Thank you.
Bergman in 2025. How about that?
I'm for that.
I mean, for what, though?
I don't know.
Bergman
that's what I'm wondering.
for I don't know something.
Bergman for something.
Yeah.
Bergman is doing a
for
good
something.
job. I just want to say Bergman is doing a good job in 2025.
Yeah,
whatever his New
he's
Year's
killing it.
resolutions were, he is kicking those. He's kicking asses.
Absolutely is.
I appreciate you, Steve.
Hey, Marcus Grant, thank you very much. I'll see you on Monday.
See you on Monday. We'll run it back.
The big CY is here, so we got to make room for a very big national star. He will be here along with Shadano and Beto. See ya on